Welcome back, everyone, to Calls with the Wizard. You know what? Let me go ahead and answer some of your guys' questions really quick. Somebody asked me, am I done with Roadium Radio? No. But usually what I'm going to do now is whenever I have a guest that I've had here before, I'm going to have them come back so that way we can bless the audience, you guys, with an opportunity to talk to one of your possibly favorite fans. Maybe you might have liked, his first album, second album. Maybe you might have liked his whole career or her whole career. Maybe you might have liked one song and you want to ask them about what sample was that or when did that album come out or whatever. You can call now and talk to one of your favorite artists. So that's why I'm doing it. But Roadium Radio is still on. Don't worry about that. Let me encourage you to go watch Freaky Tales. If you didn't get to watch it, I had Marvelous Inc. He is now my new co-host on Freaky Tales. So we'll be back on next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday I'll be back on with Marvelous Inc. So once again, subscribe to a Freaky Tales podcast on YouTube. Other than that, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, disliking. It doesn't matter. You guys are still watching. And I want to thank everybody on the live chat, everybody who's tuned in, everybody who's at home watching, who's not on the live chat. I encourage everybody to call in once we put up the number. And even if you don't like us, just call in anyways, okay? Other than that, let me go ahead and introduce someone that I've been on for many, many, many years. And he's got many new stuff popping off. And I want you guys to support him, to subscribe to him, and listen to whatever he has got to say and call up and ask him whatever when we put up the number. So other than that, without further ado, please allow me to introduce ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown.
Hey, Tony. Hey.
How you doing, my brother?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm glad I made it on time for the second time in a row.
That's right. That's right.
So
brother.
we just had to take a little trip to the liquor store, and I was hitting you up. I was like, bro, I got to get a tall can in me because, riding shotgun, bro. I get car. I don't know. Do you get car sick sometimes?
Never.
Because you're always the one driving, or just
yes, I'm always the one driving.
So me and my boy Danny, man, we were like, Ryan, I go, bro, because y'all be on my phone, and I just you got to stop, bro. So something about a beer cures everything.
Really? Yeah. Now let me ask you this about drinking, because as weird as it may sound, I could only drink at night. I've never been a day drinker. Okay. Can you drink during the day?
Oh, yeah. Sunday fun day, bro. At the casa, man.
For real?
My boy makes the ceviche. We have ceviche Sundays, and it's just, I kick it with the family in the backyard, and we just, whoever wants to come over is invited, bro.
Right.
And to answer your question, I'll drink during the day, especially when we camp. My family and I, we love to go camping. So when we go to the desert, when we go to the beach, whatever spot, man, yeah.
I tried drinking during the day. Like I would go to the beach, maybe me and my son or whatever, or a friend, and then maybe we'll have like a beer, and I always get sleepy.
I feel you. It's the beer. You know what you need to start off with is a shot, bro. Maybe that'll just kind of get you going. Then you don't give a shit. Like what comes next? You do a shot, you get it out the way. It's on after that. You be doing shit, mix it, but just got to be careful, man. Because you can't mix when you start mixing the dark and the light. That's where you get all fucked up.
I know. Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? In a little bit, I'm going to start drinking. So it's kind of during the day, but at least I'm doing the podcast. Right now? I'm actually drinking a Monster, and I shouldn't be drinking that. Ooh. I usually go to the liquor store, and I'll give me like a Gatorade or something that I can sip on before I start drinking.
Right.
But today, this is all I had in the damn fridge, so I'm sipping on a Monster. So other than that, you got a lot of stuff going on. Now, it's been a minute since you've been here.
Yeah.
And I apologize if I wasn't supposed to bring this up, but you pretty much made it a public announcement that you were no longer at a radio station. You were there for, was it 22 years?
22 years, yeah.
22 years. Can you kind of fill us in for the people that might not have seen your post, like what possibly happened, or not necessarily happened, but you were there 22 years. How did you get the job, and what happened at the end?
Well, I started in 2000. Started getting into radio. I was producing at the time prior to that. DWTX and I, we had just dropped our final album, which was on Greenside Records in 99. And, I was working with all of them at the studio, man. Capone, Mr. Shadow, Beast, Bash. Well, he used to be Beast. Frost. And then we were just, doing the whole production scene. And then when I got approached to be in radio, it was from my program director, Jesse Duran. And he was in Riverside and at 99.1 KZGI. And he was like, hey, man, I asked you 5 years, where you see yourself in 5 years. He goes, you want a shot at it? And it couldn't have come at the better time, bro. I was like, let's do it. So at that time, I asked D, I said, hey, man, we got an opportunity to get on radio here. Are you down? I says, look, we're doing our music. It makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'd be kind of easier to slide in that way. So he wasn't down with it. He was like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, keep doing this music thing." And I said, "Well, I see an opportunity, and it is something that I've always wanted to do." So I got on the radio in 2000, and just kind of worked my way up. You know, I was doing nights, and then in 04, I jumped over to Kiss FM in LA, and I was doing both. You know, so I was doing 6 to 10 on 99.1, and then Kiss FM. I was on after JoJo on the radio from like 10 to 2. And that kind of went on for about 4 years or something like that.
Now, when you first started, let's just say the first couple of months, was it intimidating being a radio personality?
You know what's crazy? That's a good question, because when I first got on radio, I took it as like I was on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's dope, though, you know?
Yeah, until I got called out, because the reason why is because I was so hype. And, you know, you can control your volumes when you're on the radio.
Right.
And the thing is, you know, I was acting like I was on stage at a concert. So, like, when I would go on air, it'd be like, "Yo, what's up? It's ODM, yo, 99.1." And this girl called me up, and she was like, hey, we love you, baby. We love you, baby. But you just got to bring it down a notch.
Turn it down a notch.
Like, you know, you're like too hype, you know. So I learned, you know, to kind of like level myself, set the tone, and then, you know, it was just on from there. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you were going to be on for that long?
No. So when I got on the radio, a couple cats were like, "Hey, man, you know, why are you going?" I would get like, "Why are you going backwards?" You know, you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? You're going to radio, and I was like, never mind that. I says, this is something that I've always wanted to do.
See, I would have never saw it that way. I actually would have thought you were exploring a different part of possibly your talent or something totally different, where you could still perform and still do this, like.
Because you have the mindset of an entrepreneur. You're somebody who this is under the same umbrella, per se. So it totally made sense. And I was like, dude, you're tripping. Like, this is a gateway for me, you know, another outlet to just slide it into the program director, my music.
Right.
So, but, you know, I would get that, little stuff like that, but I didn't care. I mean, it's something that I wanted to try and do. And, you know, something that I was very fond of, because we would tour back in the day, and I was a little, you know, dude on the phone, like grabbing, you know, the telephone, talking to girls on, you know, on the request line of the DJs. And I would see how they would do their thing. And I'm like, dude, our song gets played like 4 minutes, you know what I mean? Every day or whatever. You know, you're on the air 4 hours. That's power, dude. That's like, you're controlling, like, you know, everybody. And now with this day and age, it's like worldwide. It's endless. So I just loved it. You know, it was something that I always wanted to try and do. And to answer your question, did I think it would last for 20? No, bro. Like, I think that my idea was to grow with it. And I think in the early 2000s, because if you remember, back in the day, radio DJs were the stars.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
And nowadays, it's just completely done in reverse, you know, and to where sometimes we're not even noticed. Some people, you couldn't even name a radio DJ now.
Yeah.
Even if they've been on X amount of years, because people are always on this now.
Yes.
They have a new outlet. So back then, it was super cool. We did the clubs, you know, we did all the events and whatnot. And I just progressed. I got into being music director, and then I fell into, like I said, Kiss FM, doing both radio stations, to eventually being syndicated. Within
those 22 years, was there ever a time that you felt like, I'm just tired of this?
Yeah. Palabra. No, bro. I mean, I would have to say, and those that were around me knew it, because it was the conditions that I worked under. And don't get me wrong, like, I love the gente, I love the people, I love the IE. And shout outs to everybody from the IE Inland Empire who listened to me all those years and grew up on me, because they did, you know. But I just think the last, you know, few years, it just kind of got stagnant, meaning for me, I already had been to Kiss FM, you know, like, it doesn't get bigger. That's market number 2. LA is like the number 2 market in the nation, as you know. And that's like, you know, playing for the Dodgers. That's like playing, you know, for the Yankees. Like, you're handpicked.
Yes.
So I kind of, in hindsight, I how do you say, I've been to the big leagues, you know, and when I say it got stagnant for me, that's not why I got stagnant. It's just shit just started changing, you know, on the corporate level.
Yeah.
You know, they started wanting more, not wanting more of us, but I'm going to say, you know, they wanted more of us, but it was like the same pay. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't growing. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say it's all about money, but dude, if I've lasted this long, like value who your jocks are. And I started seeing me breaking away from that, not being as valued anymore.
Okay.
I should say.
Now I'm sure being a radio personality, you did interview a lot of artists. If you did, what would be the longest that a radio station actually gives an artist an interview? Today
or back then?
I guess when you were a radio personality.
Okay, so where at my specific station, and I can only speak because I heard LA stations, man, they go on forever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And, well, we weren't allowed to do that, and that was another reason why it wasn't fun anymore.
Okay.
So we would take a 10-minute interview, let's say.
Wow.
And we would smash it down to 2 minutes. So it'd be 2 breaks. So it'd be 4 minutes, maybe 5 if we were lucky. And this was a morning show.
Wow.
So put that in perspective. We're a morning show. Morning shows, you wake up, you go to work, you take your kids to school and whatnot. You want to hear see what's going on in the world. You want to hear from the DJ that you listen to. It wasn't about that. I think the station that I was at was a more of a music-driven station. That's how they wanted to keep it. And I said, you know what? Then there's no way for us to shine as personalities.
Good point.
Yeah.
If there was an interview that you did, what would probably be the most, if any, memorable interview that you did at the radio station?
Ooh, memorable.
Even if you got to name 2 or 3.
Not really any specific ones, but I can tell you memories that I've had, like whether it was broadcasting live. I love doing broadcasts, on remote, like at the Art LeBeau shows. I used to love doing those. We would do breaks, and the listeners would come by. I'm a person that loves to shake hands, kiss babies, give hugs. Like,
yes.
People want to put a face to a voice, know. And back in those days, it was unheard of before social media, So that was my way of being with the people. I love doing that, being out there. In studio, when we had great times. I love it when either celebrities would come in and it just happened to be, St. Patrick's Day, or it'd be like, what do you call it, New Orleans, what do you call it, Mardi Gras or something.
Okay,
We'd always have alcohol. There'd be an alcohol sponsor. We drink and, kind of like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The celebs, whoever was in, they'd take a sip, whatever. It was just fun times. It was out of the box. But other than that, I mean, I'm still I'm stumped on that question because there's just so many great interviews that I've had.
And now you don't have to name the artist. Was there ever any disrespectful interviews, like somebody might have gotten stupid? Or
one who sticks in my head, it was just so hard and difficult to interview, was Ying Yang Twins.
Really? Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay.
Because every time I cracked the mic and I asked them a question before I finished, I couldn't even finish. It'd be, the homeboy that's all, because that was her thing. I get it, but it's like, homeboy, like I'm trying to run an interview here.
I know.
Like, hey, so, where you guys going to be at next? What, it was like, it just kind of got annoying after a while, bro. I think I got like a total of maybe, 5 sentences from them, but that was the only thing that was kind of out of the box. That not everybody was really chill, though. Everybody that's come through there in the years, even at Kiss FM, I mean, everyone was professional. No one really, we had a couple that would walk in with like some egos and just thought their shit didn't stink, and those were short interviews. I remember, I'll give you one. 2 Chainz. Okay.
Oh, okay.
2 Chainz came in one day, and he was fresh off the airplane, and he had just dropped his first album, and he came in, and dude was wearing red pajamas, like strictly off the plane. They looked like pajamas. He had a backpack on, whatever, and he comes in, hoodie on. He's like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" Now I'm like, all right. Before, as you should, a good radio DJ should do their homework before they interview. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew my bullet points, where I was going to hit him. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hit him about his music. I'm going to hit him right for the heart, man, right for the gut. And that's his daughter, his family. I knew he had a daughter. So I started the interview to soften him up. So as soon as he went from this to me asking about his daughter and Christmas, it was around Christmas. Hey, man, I see you got a daughter. You're in love with her. I see how you post her on social media. Bro, what's it like Christmas time, or it was something like that, what are you getting? dude, he just opened up.
Wow.
Because I took him out of that box.
Yes.
And I think as a DJ, you got to learn how to do that. You know what I
Very
mean?
true. Very
to
true.
Get them to talk.
Because a lot of the same are going to be. So when can we expect to see you again? When is the new single dropping?
Yeah.
It's all the same repetitive stuff.
If you plan on getting into this business, and this is for everybody out there who have podcasts, because that's where the new age is. Hey, I always try to stay away from shit that's already out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stay away from the questions. The basic ones. When's your shit coming out? You should know it. And the way you present it is, hey, Tony A, what's up, dude? Hey, man, I know you're working on new music. Talks about the new album. Cholo Stilo. That's dope, man. Can you talk about it? Act like you already know, and you should know. That way, they don't have to repeat the same 20 questions every fucking interview, especially if they just came back from another radio station or podcast.
Right.
That's my advice.
Okay. Now, okay, here's another question, and I think this is very important for our listeners to hear. In 2005, 2006, if I'm correct, YouTube kind of came around. YouTube was new. And then now we have like Spotify, we have iHeartRadio, Pandora, we have all of these things that provide us music. So much that we don't even have to go to the radio station no more. So my question is this. You have been a radio personality for over 22 years. Mm. Do you see radio around 10 years from now?
Done. I don't. Well, little bitterness because the way I went out, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, like, I don't personally, because I'm not checking for radio, and I know a lot of cats aren't. But I will say that on the flip side, radio's free.
Yes.
And it'll always be around because it's free. Meaning somebody always has a boombox. Somebody has a car, that has a radio in it. To get from point A to point B, hey, if your cell phone's down, you got a radio in your car, you got a frequency. Yeah. That's the only way I see it still surviving. They had talks about, putting Wi-Fi's in cars, and that happened. Satellite tried to take over radio, and they made a mark, but it's not as impactful as radio. Radio is not going around. Would it be the first to go to, though? Nah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
All day.
That's exactly what I think. Now, where do you see the future of podcasting? Do you think it's still on the rise?
I think we're pretty much peaked at it right now.
Okay.
I got into it because, man, I mean, not because I got into it, but I already see it since the pandemic, man. That's when it really catapulted. I mean, not just the podcasting, but just for DJs, on Twitch and whatnot. And a lot of cats built their name on there, the Angie V's and whatnot. And all these famous DJs just gain a grip of followers, and they still got it going.
Rob, let me tell you this. When people ask me, why is your podcast doing so well? Why is it somewhat successful? And I say somewhat because I see it. We average at least 1,000 people live every time we go live. And I'm thankful that people are watching because...
That's not because you got the hat on?
No.
Okay.
Because I got Robert here. That's why. What it is because I've always believed that timing is everything. And like I was sharing with you earlier, I started the podcast to promote my documentary. Right. I only thought I would be here for a couple of months. But you know what? When in the midst of it, pandemic hit.
Right.
So everybody was home. So now I'm like, okay, you know what? It's doing good. Let's keep going. So we wrote it. Mm. So when people ask me, how do you get people to tune in? I can't sit here and say, like, I have the secret. I don't. We just turned it on. I called in friends. We talked. We drank. We bullshitted, and people watched.
So, and that's organic. That's how it happens. And especially you've had a lot of, Latino artists per se on here on your platform. I've been following it since you've dropped it, and I've kind of followed along when you started from the beginning. You had a lot of the older 80s rappers at first, right?
Yes.
And then which was dope. And then I think you trying as a host. Trying to provide content for your viewers. I'm sure a lot of them probably sent you messages. I think you asked, who should I have on?
Yes.
And you wanted to please it. But yeah, man, after doing all of that, I just feel it's just grown. I mean, you're giving everybody a platform, those that are established and not established. a chance to be on there and show your music. But I think it's just word of mouth. None's bigger than word of mouth.
Absolutely.
Still to this day, best promotion.
Let's talk a little bit about your brand, and let's talk a little bit about your podcast. I know that he'll be putting up the flyer in the center of us.
Dope.
The Blockout Podcast. How did you come out with the Blockout? Why Blockout?
Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You of all people could relate to this. So, I back in the day when we would, schedule recording sessions at the studio.
Yeah.
He already knows. So we'd be at Paramount. Cliff Ritchie, our manager. I know you had him on the podcast, and
Yes.
and he would hit us up. Hey, we got studio this Saturday. It's gonna be at Paramount. It's it's an overnight. It's 12 to 8 p.m. Or 12 to 8 a.m. We got a blockout. All right, cool. That's what they would call it. So what it is, a blockout is basically you have 8 hours to get in. It's a block to get in, do your music, and get out. It's a blockout. So that's how I came up with the concept based off of that. And it's a blockout of time is what it is.
Yes.
So when you see my logo, it'll say the Blockout Podcast with a clock around it. And it's just a block of time that I get to share and spend time with you as my guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Blockout Podcast is the name of it on YouTube, and people can go.
The Blockout Podcast.
Okay.
Yep. YouTube, Spotify, Facebook,
Okay. You know what, Norbert? Do me one big favor.
Instagram, Twitter.
Let me
keep going.
Yeah, no, good. Keep going.
When he passing the wire over there, Facebook,
That's the
YouTube.
wire. That one, bro. Yes, this one.
Oh, brought to you by the Munoz Lawyers. I got to give my homies a
Okay.
shout, man. Accident attorneys, because I heard you was talking about some attorneys on the last podcast, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to go ahead and get that right.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so
sir.
the Blackout Podcast. So I'm encouraging you guys, like I've had other podcasters in here, so I encourage you guys to not only be my subscribers, but be his subscribers as well,
Appreciate
and
it.
let's support each other. I've always said that if we don't support each other, who will? So so the Blackout Podcast is up there. So Alex, every once in a while, keep bringing it up when we take calls. Now let's talk a little bit about your brand. Do you have a clothing line? Do you have a shirt? Do you have hats? Because I have one right here that I've been sporting.
Right.
I believe I wore it with Cliff Ritchie. I believe I also wore it with Jammin' James Carter.
Jammin' James,
Yes.
yeah.
And I'm wearing it with you. But now, where can people go if they want to buy this hat or a shirt or whatever?
Well, you can visit online. We got a merch store, shoplsob.com. Simple tees, shirts, stickers, bottle openers. I mean, you name it. It's all on there. Audio, CDs, of course, too. Yeah, we still do the CD.
Like any girl stuff. Like, do you guys have any type of like panties, G strings?
That's a great, well, not G-strings, but we did have last summer. We did. I don't know why we did it this summer. We had the booty shorts.
Okay.
With on the back it said brownies. Now, for those that are diehard Lighter Shade of Brown fans, you know what brownies are. For those
Absolutely.
that don't, brownies are the female versions of the Latinas, the brownies. Lighter shade of brown. Tu sabes. So we put brownies on the back, and then we had the little spaghetti strap ones. The little those are kind of pumping last year, right? The crop tops, and
Okay.
so yeah, it's just brownies, and then we had the earrings. You know what I'm saying? The old school hoops, whatnot, and those were said brownies as well. So that's all up there.
Now let me ask you this. This might be funny, but I'm being 100% serious. Has anybody ever hit you on the DM and requested something odd? Like, are you guys going to have any of this on your website or anything like that? Like anything odd? I'll give you an example. There was a guy that DM'd me, and he
Yeah.
said, are you guys going to be selling any booty shorts on your website? This is
Yeah.
when my website at the time was up.
You said a guy hit you up?
A guy hit me up.
All right, continue.
And so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's gonna get some for his girl.
Okay.
Because we sell a shitload of shirts, and I said, look, we'll probably have some booty shorts. Is there anything specific that you're looking for to say? He goes, I don't know. What's gonna be your biggest size? So and then I'm thinking his girl must be pretty big. So I just let them a voice DM, and I was like, look, bro, be a little bit more specific. Like,
Yeah.
Does your girl want it to say Roadium Radio on her booty, or like what is it? What do you want?
Right.
So he hit me back. Goes, nah, I want them for me. Do you have any guy booty shorts?
Oh shit.
Bro, it took me like 30 minutes. Like, what do I say?
I mean, you know what, bro? In 2022, shit, everything goes, bro. Nothing surprises me. You know what I mean? And to each his own. Hey, I don't discriminate. I have to get the bag.
Right. Okay. So now, like, let me ask you this: is your podcast? Can you just give us a little bit example?
Okay.
How long has your podcast been going now? I believe it barely started. Is it live? Is it pre-recorded? What can people expect, I guess, from
Thank you for asking. So, no, it's not live. It's pre-recorded. The first season is I was trying to figure out a way. It took me a few months as I was developing it. First off, shout outs to Danny Boy. He's my resident DJ. We got a live DJ on there.
Oh, dope.
So he spins music as I'm talking, which is, wanted to bring that whole Rap City vibe,
Yes.
you know, with Tiger or
The
Tigger,
basement.
the basement type vibe. But yeah, I got Danny Boy, and then shout outs to Money Moons. You know, he's working my switchers like your guys are in the back, so I know that goes a lot into it as well. It's a team thing. But the first season is based off of Lighter Shade of Brown. It's called The Birth of Lighter Shade of Brown. Okay. And the reason why I came up with that concept is because a lot of fans have wanted to know, dude, what's up with the book? What's up with the movie? What's up with the documentary?
Yeah.
And I had nothing to give them. Now, there's a documentary that's floating around, a trailer that we've had in the past. It's called Lighter Shade of Reality. You can look it up on our Facebook, or even on our YouTube, LSOB 1990, you can see the trailer. But it's been done since 2016, and we've been going through some legalities here, you know, trying to license the music, or the producers have rather. And right now we're just going through some whole, like, these hoops trying to get these masters in place, because they're trying to charge us an arm and a leg, basically.
Yeah.
So with that being said, hey, well, shit, well, I'm not going to wait around. Let's do a platform here, my podcast. What better way to tell those stories and share those memories with a guest each week who was basically started the foundation, the beginnings of Lighter Shade of Brown, which would be Jammin' James, one of our producers, DJ Fabe Love, you know, which was our original DJ / producer. If you bought the Brown and Proud album, you saw him on there. He was the third member on the cover, there.
Yeah.
A lot of guys go, hey, didn't you guys have 3 members back in the day? And yeah, we did. We started out with 3. Fabe fell back. I won't give you the story. You can go check out the podcast, the Blockout Podcast. He's actually the first one. So I want to do a whole season with that, bringing Cliff Ritchie on. A lot of cats wanted to know how we came up with the concept with Lighter Shade. I know you broke down a lot of very important, valuable questions to Cliff. So I made sure I watched your podcast.
Right.
You know, because we got so many more to go with that. And so we're just going to have a ball with that, man, and just talk about those days. I got Shiro coming back on.
Awesome.
You know, she's going to be like in week 5 or 6. I got Cholo. Shout out to Cholo. He was on the Brown and Proud album, who I just discovered as a little teaser. He was supposed to be the 4th member of Lighter Shade of Brown.
Wow.
And I didn't know this until I interviewed him, because what was told to him wasn't mentioned to us, shared with us. Wow. So we talk about just little, like, we clear the air, so to speak,
right,
by telling that, like, shit, I didn't know that, because there were so many people that played part involved on that first album. Yeah. So Chulo was the one that brought Teardrop in. That's just one fact that a lot of people didn't know.
Okay.
So,
any chance on Teardrop being on there?
We were just talking about that. So, yeah, bro, Denise. I know it's her first name, but Teardrop, man. If you listen, like, please, girl, like, I'm begging you, only because the fans. I get asked on a daily about Teardrop.
Absolutely.
Is she dropping music? Is she gonna perform? You know, and from what I heard is she just wants nothing to do with it.
And that's what saddens me, because I had an opportunity to work with JV, I want to say 96, 97.
Yeah.
And one of my boys just recently, again, got a hold of her, and she's exactly the same way. I don't want nothing to do with music.
I heard that about JV.
Yeah. And I was just like, I have songs that were never released that I produced with her here.
Right.
And I was trying to, back in the day, when I first started trying to get Teardrop, because I was trying to figure out the timeline. And so I asked Cliff about who was first, JB or Teardrop, and he said no, Teardrop was.
Right. Well, hands up. Yeah.
Exactly. So because, man, I wish I still had this fucking video. Steve Yano filmed footage when we first performed. I want to say it was Mesa, Arizona, at a Johnny Lozoya concert. Okay.
Come on, man. I remember that.
And we performed with you guys, and that's the first time I saw her bust. And when she began to rap in Spanish, the fucking crowd went insane.
Nuts.
Now, keep in mind, I believe that was 1991.
Right.
So even as a DJ, bro, I just witnessed something new, something different. I'm like, wow, this shit can really work.
And you saw the live reaction.
Absolutely.
It wasn't like, all right, will this work? No, you saw it for your own eyes.
I saw the fucking live reaction, bro, that we have a fucking market. And that was way before, in the 2000s, when people started calling this Chicano rap.
They say that again.
And this is way before, in the 2000s, when people started calling this Chicano rap?
You know, I go into that on the podcast too as well. You know, I about the whole just name is Chicano rap, and it wasn't. I mean, I even catch myself saying it nowadays just because it's been embedded so much. We never asked to be separated in the record stores.
Right.
We never asked to have our own section. This is hip hop.
Absolutely.
There's hip hop, and then there's blacks, there's Mexicans, there's brown, yellow, white, whatever it is. If you do hip hop, it's hip hop.
That's it.
You ask my brothers, man, like the Jammin' James and all, they'll tell you it's hip hop. We never looked at you as being Mexican. We always said you're dope for a Mexican. That was dope.
Right.
But keep it pushing. So when little by little, when they started separating this, and I would walk in because we used to be next to LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Because what's after L?
Yeah.
Lighter shade, LL Cool J. And you would go into the warehouses and the music lands and all the moms and pops, and you would see our CD there. But then, yeah, you're right. Like a couple of years later, you just saw us separated. I was like, hey, where's my CDs at? Oh, they're in the back in the Chicano rap section. What the fuck does that mean? How you gonna separate us? And a lot of you out there may be prideful like of that and yeah, we got our own. No, it's just I'm a kid like you. Like we grew up on hip hop as a kid, man. And it's hip hop is just hip hop, bro.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud and proud to the full. I mean, we had a whole album on it. We wrote about it and we spoke about things and we brought them to a light and awareness. You know, but it's still hip hop is the art that we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you could be proud of what you are, what race you are.
Right.
But you're still doing hip hop.
Still doing hip hop.
So call us hip hop.
Absolutely. Anything else that I didn't ask you, brother? Anything you want to promote? You know, before we start taking these calls.
Just since we're live, which is man, I plan to go live, dude, one day. Tony, this is a shit because you don't have to like worry about when is this gonna air,
right? Exactly.
Or whatnot. But nah, man, we got a couple shows coming up, just really quick. August 28th, I'm doing a show with my boy Mellow Man Ace and Candyman, JJ Fad, hosted by Alicia Del Valle. It's gonna be in Hacienda Heights. Okay. You're invited as well. It's going to be at a crab, it's called Old Crab Restaurant, Cajun restaurant. So it's all seafood.
Oh, shit.
Slash vendors outside. It's going to be on a Sunday. So it's going to be really dope. And then also, if I can mention, that same day, it's 2 shows. I don't know if it's before or after that show, but in Santana, I'm going to be out there. The city of Santana, I don't know if you heard or saw. But
yeah, let's talk about that, please.
Okay. So, city of Santana, they gave me a proclamation. Us, I should say, as a group, and declared August 2022 as Chicano Heritage Month, and they thought, well, what better way to celebrate it than bringing on the brothers? Well, me, from being from Santana originally, growing up, it's where I started my art form, was there, and in the hallways. Shout outs to everybody, Car Intermediate, Santa Ana Valley. And I came across Councilman Hernandez. I was introduced to him by one of my boys that actually started my first crew with in middle school, and shout outs to Box, Dwayne Ship. He actually works for the city now. So long story short, he introduced me to Councilman Hernandez, who's on the board there, Santana, and he said, hey, you guys need to be recognized for this, for what you have done, especially being a voice from Santana. He goes, there's a lot of kids that look up to you guys and would appreciate this, and it's great for the culture and what you have done as a voice for the culture.
Yeah.
So with that being said, August 28th, which is the same day as that show, I don't know, I'm gonna have to bounce back, but they're having something at El Salvador Park in Santana. So come on out if you guys are out from the area, and come party with us, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Norbert, go ahead and give me the 2 beers, beans, and tequila, and the 2 shot glasses.
We calmate! I got an interview in the morning, bro. Oh, yeah. Hold on, bro. I'm on tomorrow morning.
Keep going.
Tomorrow, I forget it's live, bro. Tomorrow morning, I'm on with CC, CC and Romeo, bro, on K-Day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're promoting that show at the...
what time so the people can tune in?
9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you're driving to work or whatever, you get there. Tomorrow, me and Mellow Man Ace, and Danny Boy and the crew, Money Moves,
9:30. Now, you know what? Now, when they do interviews, because sometimes I see, like on YouTube, they have visuals. Is that going to be a visual or is that just audio?
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know. Mello set it up. I'm just showing up, doing my part. But I know CC loves to go live, so shout out to CC. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's wait for this guy to bring my beers because I don't want to. No, just the tequila's right at the door, bro. and 2 beers.
Tony, let me flip the script on you,
Yes,
bro.
go for it. Yes, sir.
So I remember that show going back to the Phoenix one, and I see, man, how's he doing?
Good. You know what? He was here. What did Alex? Was it for our it was for a 30-year anniversary of our album that was dropped December 10th of 1991. So we celebrated 30 years here, and we had a great fucking time.
Yeah.
He got fucking drunk. 2 girls had to come pick him up.
Yeah.
You know, and seriously, like 2 girls literally had to come pick him up. Gracias, bro. And then what happened was that, leave the door open, please. And we talk every so often, bro. We talk every so often.
Good.
Like, I can still talk to Crawford. I can still call Crawford and be like, yo, what's up? Let's go get some lunch. Okay, let's go. We'll go to like a place in Inglewood and go get some gumbo. Because I like.
Ooh, I love gumbo, bro.
You know, he introduced me to it when he took me to Baton Rouge and New Roads in Louisiana.
Hell yeah, fire.
So I like that, and we go out to eat, bro. But every time, bro. Here's the crazy part about me and Croft, that every time I talk to him, it's like we're still back in the 90s. Like it's
his conversation,
yeah, it's just
mentality,
like
or just
like
your memories, or
no, it's almost like we get along. It's almost like we're kids again, bro. It's weird as that may sound. That's how I kind of get along with him. Like he'll be like, "Hey man, I'm going out of town. You want to roll with me?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm 54 years old. I can't just pick up and leave." You know, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's go for a cruise. You know, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Well, hold
man.
on. This is gonna settle it. Is he single?
No.
Okay, so he's still okay. Well,
Yeah, you know,
maybe he just wants to hang with his boy. You know?
And I love that about him.
Yeah.
You know, like he'll come and he'll tell me, I want some vodka, I want some pineapple juice, and I want some Red Bull. I'm gonna make you a drink. Watch. You know, and
that's love.
And that's exactly the way we got along back then. That's what I mean.
That's love, though. I mean, that just shows that he cherishes you not just as a partner, but as a friend, man. And that's what you do. You know, like me and Jam and James, we were shooting this shit last week.
By the way, he brought me a Jack Daniels bottle.
Did he?
We got fucked up.
What up, James? So he walks in with a 12-pack of Modelos. I was like, when you start drinking Modelos, bro? And our joke was, because back in the day, I learned to drink Thunderbird and Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
From Jam and James, bro. And I'm like, hey, homie, I got some Thunderbird and Kool-Aid. If you know, you know. If you old school. So we would joke around. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. You know, Super Socko and gin, all that, bro.
So now, like, when I see Quick, that, to me, it's like a totally different Quick now. He's a little bit more like business. Hey, hi, what's up, Tony? How you doing? And I'm like, give me a fucking hug, bro. Stop acting stupid.
Yeah.
You know, KK and D, you know, second to none.
Boys, yeah.
Same way, bro. What I'm saying, same way, like me and Croft. What's up, T? What's up, fool? What's up?
They real ones.
All love, homie. So
we did a show a few months back up in the Bay Area, and dude, we were all just chill. It was the greatest feeling ever, Tony, because and I think the live is still on my Instagram. It was me, Too Short. It was Quick. It was both of them, second to none.
I think Candyman was there, was he?
Candyman, Mello, Rodney. It was just the greatest, because you got to remember, I grew up in the 80s and the 70s, 80s, 90s, but I grew up on the 80s rappers. So even to this day, bro, like, they're my homies. Yeah. I do shows with them, but the respect I have for them is crazy. Like Rodney O, like you don't even know, dude. Like, I grew up, I was shooting buckets, you know, to your songs, you know, supercuts, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But just for all of us collectively, we're all legends, and I'm gonna say it, you know, in my own mind. I'm gonna claim that shit now, because damn it, it's been over 30 years, and if you make it to 30 years and you still performing, obviously you touch an audience. Yes. So with that being said, just for us kicking it, JT and Too Deep, who else was there? We were just posted, bro. And I remember I had my phone, and I think I was the first one to go live. So I was like, I gotta capture this shit. So I was going live, whatnot, and then I see a Quick, he gets on his phone, he goes live, and everybody's going. It was just one big just family right there, bro. It's like, and you know what the best part about it was? It was brown and black getting along. And I can't stress that enough. And that's one thing that I'm gonna push on my podcast, is that, come on, bro, like, I see what's going on right now in today's climate, you know, on social media and whatnot. I don't want to mention any names or anything like that. But what I'm saying is I grew up in a neighborhood where it was brown and black. Same here. And you know, there's only two ways, if you know, right? You know, to be racist or not, and that I can think of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's either number one, You know, you came out the joint that way, and you are automatically were just because you know, obviously there's different politics in there, or if you were raised that way from your parents,
right?
And I wasn't raised that way. My next door neighbor was black. You know, my across the street, my other homeboy was white. Right. You know, and then I had all my Mexican homies, and we all just grew up just loving each other, bro. It was our hood. It was our block. So that's all that it was. We all came from the same struggle, per se. Right. So I don't get how it's separated like that. Yeah. You know?
No, it is. I mean, I don't understand it either, but it's very big right now almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I had Cold 87 and cocaine the other day, and I had one caller came in and fucking disrespected him, hung up on his ass, told his ass off. It made me feel good. I shouldn't have done it, but it made me feel good because you're not going to call, not only disrespect my guest, but disrespect this fucking platform when this platform was created for Raza, bro. You know, for independent artists to come, for me to shine light on them, for me to promote them, for me to tell people go follow them, subscribe, and support them, etc. Right. And then you guys want to call and shit on this because I had two brothers right here.
Right. Like I said, it's the way you brought up, but you got to get out of that mentality.
Absolutely.
You have to, because maybe you were shamed, maybe something was wrong, maybe, I don't know, you got beat up by a black dude. I'm talking to gente, you know, or vice versa, whatever. It's like, that's no reason just to hate a whole culture. I mean, we all have our struggles and our complaints and our beefs and whatnot. And I don't want to get into politicals, but I just want to say this, man. Like we need to unite, man, and just realize we're living on the same soil. Bottom line. Yeah. And we're growing up. If you're in California, you're paying the same damn taxes I'm paying. Don't let me get in that situation right now, because I'll talk about that. But nah, man, you know what it is, bro. Love each other, Ron. That's all. And if somebody disrespects you as a man, then that's a different, you know, that's a different story. Then you handle it. But nah, bro.
All good. Alex, go ahead and put the number on. So let's callers. Let's go ahead and I always like to say, if you got the balls, make the calls. So so let's go ahead and start ring them bells, and let's see who's going to be our first caller. Let me see. I
feel like Dorothy and Wizard of Oz. Oh, there's nothing in that bag for me.
Okay, let's see. Let me see. All right. Let me see.
Let's see.
Okay, here we got one call. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What's up, man? Tony, what's up? You know me, man. Mega Man.
You know what, Mega Man? I'm going to tell you something. Thank you for supporting us. What's your question, bro?
What's up, Mega Man? I know who you are, bro.
I got to say, what's up, Roadium? I just want to tell you a little story. When I used to live in Modesto, California, when MTV was bumping Lighter Shade of Brown, Hey DJ, I was just hearing it every day. And I remember when my graduation came and I was in 8th grade, I graduated from USAC Middle School. My mom surprised me and she was bumping Hey DJ from you guys. The whole crowd, everyone was just loving it, the music. It was just vibing. And I want to say, when I used to live in the Central Valley, we were huge supporters of you guys. And to this day, I still listen to your music.
Appreciate that. What year did you, so I just want to say, what year did you graduate, bro?
Oh, man, that was like in middle school. That was like, I was 14, like in 94?
Okay, so that's when Hey DJ dropped. I was just trying to get a feel of like when she was bumping it, but that was when it was fairly loose. So new. So props to your mom, man, for educating, and because it's up to our parents, bro. Like we grew up what we listened to, what our parents listened to.
Yes,
that's what we remember. That's what we listened to.
Absolutely,
and that's all.
And also, when we used to go to church, I would kind of like hear your tapes, and my mom's like, "What are you listening to?" Like, they were so church savvy, and I remember like nothing. I remember one of my uncles grabbed one of your tapes and threw it out the window. I was sad, and my mom saw it, and the next day she bought me your full album. The next day.
All good, Mega Man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for calling, bro.
That's dope, man. Hey, I love those memories, man. Thank you so much, brother. And go ahead.
And I just subscribed to your podcast, and you guys have an awesome tonight, man.
Awesome,
Thank you. Give some love to your mama, all right?
Yes, sir. Let's keep it pushing. Let's get another call in here. Okay, we got somebody. Caller, your name, where are you calling from? Caller.
Hey, my name's Juanito from Santa Maria.
Juanito.
Hey, A.DA, this question's for you. What's up with the song from Cali Lifestyle with Coasting? What's up with the diss on there?
So that's a great question. That's a question that I've been asked my whole career, and we've I don't know which song that is you're talking about. Is that the same one that they sampled as "Dipping in My Ride"?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happened is we dropped a song called "Dipping in My Ride." All right, and it was sampled the I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Cameo or it was one of those old school funk groups.
Okay.
And anyway, so next thing I know, Cali Lifestyle has a song like that, right?
Oh.
I didn't even know who they were until these cats came out and dissed us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So I was like, oh, shoot, what's going on here? Oh, yeah. And then they was just talking on their record like, hell, yeah, man, this is our song or something till like Lighter Shade of Brown, messed it up and blah, 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 or mucked it up, whatever.
So they pretty much thought you bit their beat?
That's what it was.
Okay.
And at least that's what I gather from the information. Granted, I never even talked to these dudes. I didn't know who they were. I don't know. Maybe somebody in our camp played it for them, or they played it for somebody. I don't know how it went down. I just know that we got dissed by them.
Okay.
So I can't tell you the full story, homie, because I don't. That's all that I know. But I do want to add on to this. Remember, if a song is out there and you're sampling out, a song from back in the day. And this attests to Roger and Zap.
Right.
How many people have used more bounce to the ounce? All right, I don't need to get into that conversation. Right. So it's free game. Regardless if we drop first or they drop, if your producer decides to take a record and samples that, then, I mean, it's open. Right, Tony? You're a producer.
Let me give you a perfect example. And these two groups had no beef with each other, okay? 1991, Second to None comes out with If You Want It, big hit.
Right.
Ghetto Boys came out, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. Same sample. They didn't have a problem with it.
There you go, bro.
They didn't have a problem with it, bro. So
I think just what highlights it the most is that we're Chicanos.
Yes.
And we just need to get out of that, man. But back then, I will say this: that it was the beginning of a wave that started. Yes. So there was only so many of us that hadn't gone quite mainstream. Yes. But I will say, shout outs to Cali Lifestyle because they're part of this wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hope that answers your question, brother. Thank you for calling in, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Good. Thank you. Good night.
You got it. All right, you guys, let's keep it pushing. Let's go. Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Caesar calling from Paris.
What's up, Caesar? How you doing tonight? You got a question?
What's up?
How you doing? How you guys doing? Am I on with you guys?
You're live right now. You're Modelo Time live.
I love it. Hey, I just want to say, good looking out at Tony A. And also my homeboy here from Lighter Shade of Brown. Go Car Astros, man. I was from Santa Ana myself.
Hey, there you
know
go.
What I mean? Car Astros, Valley High School, Ray Street, Highland Street. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And it's just good. Yeah, from back in the days, my boy. Back in the days.
What year, bro? What year did you graduate? I always go there to see.
I want to say 87, 88, maybe even, man.
Me, that's what's up,
89 is when we started getting in trouble,
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. When did you move to IE, though?
Oh, man. Oh, I moved out here as soon as my children got born,
Okay, all right. So you were in Santana a little bit longer.
As soon as my children got born, I had to, I had to get out there and make sure our children have better lives than us,
Yeah, I heard that.
A lot of those people didn't really have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
But,
well, thank you for sharing the memories, man. You remember Car Astros, bro?
Oh yeah,
Santa Ana Valley High School. I mean,
Astros.
I went to every elementary school. I went to every elementary school because I got kicked out. I was worse as a little kid than I was a middle schooler.
No shit.
Because, bro, I was just I don't know, bro. If I never got diagnosed, but I was just ADD all over the place. I wasn't paying attention. So I went everywhere from Immaculate Heart of Mary, which was a Catholic school, and then I got switched over to Greenville. Which was over there towards Costa Mesa, still Santana, and then I ended up at Diamond Elementary, which was right across from Carr. You know where that's at, bro?
Yeah, Diamond, eh? But hey, man, you know what? And also, I'd like to give a big rest in peace to your partner.
Absolutely.
I remember when we had that lock. I still remember all that, man. And you guys did a very good cause for the people. Good cause for the Raza.
Thank
you. And also, Mr. Tony A., I got a question for you too, Mr. Wizard.
Yes, sir.
Now, on the Scanless tape with High C, there's a song where you start off with the intro from the Scooby-Doo.
Yes, punk shit.
Punk shit. Now, is that you? Is that you? That's your song?
Yes, I did that song. Yes, I produced that whole album. Quick did 2 songs.
You could even tell the genius on what you're doing on there. You could almost tell it's almost like a DJ Quick song. You could tell that he was there, because you do have a lot of history with DJ Quick, and it's you're a genius, the wizard.
Thank you, my brother.
I'll never forget that one song.
Thank you, man.
I heard that at the La Mirada swap meet, man, to get my mixtape.
Yes, bro.
So
Thank you, man.
And you know what? To see both of you guys as grown men doing it right, and Tony A dodging bullets from people that are just trying to do harm to you, hey, and then still come up on top and enjoying you guys. You know what it is. And I just want to say, God bless both of you guys. Keep on doing what you guys are doing. You guys are doing everything to the best.
Thank you, my brother.
Gracias, bro.
God bless both of you guys, for real.
God bless, bro.
And that's coming from somebody that, born and raised in Santa Ana, California, man. Don't sleep on us. We got a lot of good people out there with good hearts. You know what I mean? Good people with good hearts and a good head on our shoulders, man. Like my man that's sitting in front of you, Mr. Tony A. Thank you for having them. Thank you for having giving them a podium, somewhere where they could speak. And just keep on going, man. Can't wait to see the next episode.
Absolutely.
Freaky Tales, man. Let's go, man.
Let's go, Freaky Tales, homie.
We got to talk about all that. Yeah.
That's right.
So, thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Tony A. Thank you very much. Man, Lighter Shade of Brown, man. You and rest in peace, man. Your own partner. I don't remember his name, so I don't want to disrespect.
Bobby or D, yeah.
Robert, right?
Yes. Robert and Bobby. Absolutely.
You know what? That's interesting, bro.
Because I didn't want to say his name wrong. But, you guys did for somebody that came to my school and somebody that, hey, you know what, I might have seen you in the hallways. I'll say that today, and I know somebody from Lighter Shade of Brown. But like I said, congratulations.
Love. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
For letting us live with your music, man. It's music that never dies.
My pleasure.
And Tony A, man, I'll be bumping your shit all the time, bro. That Scooby-Doo shit is badass.
Is that a B-side record, or was that like a single?
It's on that playlist, man.
It was never a single.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you the truth, man. I'm over here acting dumb with my wife, pretending I'm the DJ doing the scratching, like Tony A on that song. I'm serious. I got my wife saying,
you should do a video, bro, and tag Tony A on that. You should do a video and tag him.
And you know what? And if I may, Tony A, you need to put some turntables up there and let people know where it's coming from.
Absolutely.
Don't let them forget where it all started from, man, and how much work and hard work and everything for you to make an actual record, man. It's genius, man. I appreciate you very much.
Gracias, carnal. Thank you, man.
And then that's all I gotta say. Thank you for letting me on. I appreciate you. I watch Roadium Radio all the time in the morning while my baby's watching Sesame Street, man. That's how we do it out here.
All right, carnal. Thank you. Have a blessed night, homie.
He said Sesame Street.
Yeah, exactly.
No Coco Melon. Old school Sesame Street.
Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller.
What's up, man? This is David all the way from Idaho, man.
David calling from Idaho. What's up, my brother? You got a question for ODM?
Yeah, man.
What's up,
yeah,
David?
man. I just want to say, represent Lighter Shade of Brown all the way from over here, Northwest. And, listen to you, Tony on the podcast and all that. I just wanted to, kind of be respectful of you guys and, just wanted to, be shout out to all you guys and for the Raza and all that. And that's all, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Hey,
Thank you,
man, shout
brother.
out to everybody in Idaho. Like, I remember the first time I went to Idaho back in the day, I was like, man, is there people like they're gente out there? There's people. I was like, yeah, bro, we did a show in Boise. Bam, bro. Hey, people tell me all the time, man, hey, there's no Raza out here and this and that. No, they come out. You just don't know where they at, but they come out. They show out. And Idaho is one of the spots particularly what they do. So I appreciate you, man.
The Raza comes out at night.
Yes, sir.
The Raza comes out at night.
Remix.
That's what's up.
All good, carnal. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Caller. Here we go. We got another call. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Tony
from Pomona Park. From where?
How you guys doing?
Good, brother. We can barely hear you. Where are you calling from?
How you guys doing? Can you hear me better?
Very little. Sounds
Sounds
very
like
muffled,
he's on
bro.
a speaker phone.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Are you like on a Bluetooth?
Bluetooth or something?
No, I'm not. I just have a question for Tony.
Yes, sir.
Why did Mr. D fire you?
Mr. D never fired me, bro. Actually, me and Mr. D decided just to part ways. I actually covered that when I interviewed American Cholo here on the podcast. So if you want, you can go.
Okay. I mean,
No, I covered it, bro. Me and Mr. D were actually really.
I thought it was because of outdated equipment, but I mean, I'll check it out.
No, okay, check it out, bro. All right. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going.
All right.
You know, that's the first time I ever heard that I got fired. Okay. Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
Hey, what up, what up? Second, Tony. This is Capone from South LA.
What's up, Capone from South LA? What's up, my brother? You got a question for ODM?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to send saludos to you and him, and just to tell them gracias, you know what I mean, for putting that platform out, you know, that brought all the Raza together. And also, Tony, I don't know if you wanted to get into the politics and what's happening. Well, not really, just the racism, you know, the racism that's happening right now, or you want to leave that for another time?
I would like to cover that for another time, bro, porque here I really just want to focus in on music. And I know sometimes the politics does surround the music, but that's been going on for years, bro. And right now, this platform tonight is dedicated to ODM, lighter shade of brown, and that's pretty much where I want to keep it, you know, with all due respect.
Okay, homeboy.
Appreciate
Tony,
you, though. Gracias, bro.
I want to let you know. Yeah, for sure. Just wanted to give you a little heads up. I kind of did just to put it, you know, to put it out there. I helped that Vato Tiger get that lowrider in that video for Caramba. You know, I didn't really want to put it out there like that, Tony, but just so you can know, I'll send you a text or something, and we'll take care. We'll put it on a different time or something. You know, and I'll give you a little bit of heads up of what happened.
Okay, Carnal. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, reach out to me.
Yeah. So nothing major, you know, but just, you know, just if you want to, you know, it's a pretty good topic to hit on. So, ya está. You guys have a good one. Muchas gracias. Buenas noches.
Okay,
You
bro.
too,
Buenas
bro.
noches. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
How you doing, bro? You already know who this is.
Box?
You already know it's the Box Roseweed SGV.
What's up, my brother? SGV in the building.
Direct.
This is one of our favorite callers right here.
All right,
That's dope.
Fuel.
You got diehards. I like it.
Let's go, man.
Go ahead, brother. You got a
That's
question?
Yes, sir, I do. You know that, brother. You on the ODM? How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm Box. I'm doing great, bro. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I have a question, and I have this question because, you know, I'm from the San Gabriel Valley, and when Vatos did, rest in peace to the homie. When Vatos did that song called On a Sunday Afternoon, how did you guys pick Lake to do that video?
That's a great question, Box. Great question. So it was basically we had a discussion with our manager, and I think it was the record label. They were always in with it, and they wanted it to be somewhere close to LA because back then, we always wanted to do our videos in Riverside because that's where the group was, you know, formed and based out of. So at that time, it was more money for them to travel and bring all their equipment out towards IE. So they wanted to meet up somewhere closer to LA. With that being said, cruising Whittier, I mean, everybody cruise Whittier, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we said in the song. But I got checked. I want to say maybe recently, like maybe a few years ago, to where Lake isn't in Whittier. Someone told me it's Monte, right? Box or Montebello or
yeah,
I think.
Yep.
Speak on it, bro.
It's in South El Monte. It's in South El Monte of Rosemead Boulevard, and the freeway is the Pomona Freeway, the 60, right there, 3 lanes.
There you go. So somebody approached me at a show one day, and they were like, "Hey, you know that's not Whittier. You know, you say Lake." Like, "Oh yeah," I go, "But I always thought it was the whole, you know, because we used to cruise, you know, go to REs and all that. But for the specific park, Lake, yeah, it wasn't in Whittier. But I mean, I thank you for bringing that was a great question, homie.
I've been going to that park since the 80s, bro, and early 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Does that shit still pop, man?
I don't know. I haven't been there. Yeah. I know did they start something on a Sunday? I think they did a while back, maybe after COVID. I wanted to say they started bringing back the Sundays there or Saturdays.
Yeah, that's just dope, man.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring Lake up is as a chavalito, I used to fish there. That was my backyard. Even though I grew up in Rosebean, it's a different city. I used to ride my bicycle there, and I know that lake like the back of my hands, you know. And when I saw the video and people would say different lakes, I'd be like, no, that's Lake. And they'll be like, how do you know? And that's because the homie, when he's sitting on a tree, there's marks on the tree that I recognize. I said, that's the North Lake right off the 60.
Wow. If you
and
know,
so
you know, bro.
Like, there you go.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. So thank you guys for taking my call. Tony A, you know, you're my brother.
Absolutely.
ODM, Orale, and you know, I'm going to stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom, I'm on up. Gracias, carnal.
If you got another question, call back on me.
Brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep it
That was a good
pushing.
question.
Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Check this out. Oh, my name is Miguel. I'm calling from Sun Valley.
Oh, Miguel, ¿cómo estás, bro? You got a question? Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hey, I just want to say it's an honor and privilege to be on your show, man. Yeah. All right. Look. So check this out. All right. So, dude, remember when you and American Cholo did that talent show, man? Where they have the rap battles?
The rap battles?
Yeah. You know how you guys are doing, like, you know, the competition. You know.
Oh, you mean the verse for verse?
Like, rapping back. Yeah, dude, that was badass, man. Hey, you know, it was a trip that when you did yours, American Cholo did yours. You guys kind of did it like a couple of days apart. So I called in American Cholo and I asked him right now, hey man, what's up? You guys gonna do that? Because you guys haven't done it yet, you know. And you guys it look good. You guys got it going, you know. You got everybody all hyped up and shit.
You had two rappers,
right? You know, when people fucking.
Was that Bella and the other
Dude,
female?
it was sick.
Yes, Bella and a girl named Dahlia.
It was a couple. It was like.
Yeah.
It was like three of them, right? It was like three battles, right?
Dope,
three
bro.
battles?
Yeah.
Just keep that one going.
We did a verse for verse, and at first I gave them a little interview, and then they went back and forth. They went back and forth in here.
So you remember the old school days when the roll call, the Baker Boys, and
that was dope.
all that. Like I got so many. One of my guys, Cholo, and I was mentioning you earlier, who was on our first album. He that's how we got introduced to him because he won a rap battle on Kiss FM with Hollywood Hamilton.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So that was the shit, man, growing up to listen to that because you'd listen back the next week to see who's he going to battle?
Exactly.
Who's he going to battle? Same thing with songs, you know.
Yeah.
It's the rap battle.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
No, but that's what I was telling you the other day. Like, I was just trying to find, like, my angle here in podcasting, whether it was Dining with the Wizard, Drinking with the Wizard, whether it was Freaky Tales, whether it was Verse for Verse, whether it was Calls with the Wizard, Roadium Radio, whatever. You know, trying to find the crowd.
I think you do it all. I think you hit the money with everything, bro. I was even telling Dad, I go, dude, how are we gonna match up with Tony? Because he's already doing it all now. And I had an idea, and I was like, you know, how am I? You know, I go, dude, this is the dope shit. Because like I was saying, I was listening back and watching Rap City, and like how Tiger used to just chill on the couch and just shoot the shit, man, and have a live DJ. And there's where we implemented a live DJ. And my thing is to have, you know, live DJs, a guest DJ come in. If they're a DJ, I interview them, have them go live. Not for the first season, that'll be on the second season, but everything you're doing, though, like with the food and everything else, that's just dope. But the battle rapping, I think you could never go wrong with that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You had a question, bro? You had another question?
Oh, I just want to keep going on that topic, man, because it's very interesting.
I think he wants to rap, bro.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, I'll do a little verse. I'm just kidding. Hey, but check it out. Hey, check it out. You guys gonna do like prizes and shit? Because I don't know if you guys did prizes last time.
No, you know what? Okay, here's what I wanted to do. This is what my intentions were. Eventually, all the winners come back and battle each other, and then I hand out somewhat of a prize.
Oh, like a championship,
Absolutely.
like a flawless thing, like
absolutely.
Dude.
Yes. The only thing is, I need time, bro. Go ahead.
So like back in the day when you guys were younger, like when you guys would see like people like in school like rushing to like a circle, like like everybody's all rushing, and you just see people like, did you guys see people like battling and shit, like like rapping or just like dance or
bro?
popping?
I used to battle. I was that cat, bro. I'll tell you a story, man. When I got to
like
high school,
back
then, bro, I was a sophomore.
Tell us.
I was a sophomore in high school, man. La Sierra and Riverside, and that's when I moved from Orange County to the IE, and then I thought I was all badass, all from OC. Got checked real quick because I was the only one there from OC. But the homies were there, and there was a couple rappers on campus, and we would battle at the lunch benches.
Okay.
So we get in our little circle, and we'd go rap for rap. And I'm humbly, I could say this, bro. Like, I remember I would come out with my paper that I just wrote the night before. And I come out. And this one dude, his name was Dana. I'll never forget his name. His name was Dana. He was a brother.
So you guys planned it. It was planned.
It was planned. It's like, hey, homie, I'm going to meet you at the lunch bench.
Okay.
It's at lunch. You know what I mean? The battle's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
So we met up, and I remember when I busted out my paper and I started rapping. I was like, hey, wooty woo. I forgot the rap, how it went. And I just remember, bro, like, he just came out. He was next. I went first. And then he came out and he said, first of all, before I spit, get out my face with that paper bullshit. And then everybody just went off because he had me.
Yeah.
I had written lyrics. It wasn't a freestyle. So from that day forward, bro, there's where I learned I need to learn how to freestyle. And there's where I just became the sickest at it. But it took that day and him to, you know, put that in my head. But those were fun, bro. Like, that's what it was all about.
That was hip-hop,
yeah,
homie.
that was hip-hop.
So,
yeah.
Thank you, Carnal,
Yeah,
man.
what year was this? Shit. What year was this?
89, bro.
Because when I was in school, I've never seen rap battles. I seen people dance and shit. Now, Tony, did you ever see people like
All the time, bro.
rap battling when
All
you
the
were
time.
younger?
Yeah, with us was in the hallways and the bathrooms. Hallways in the bathroom.
Like young, like junior high? Like junior high?
Junior high was
Or
mostly
high school?
junior high was mostly breaking and popping battles. When I got to high school, it was mostly rapping and beatboxing battles.
Yep.
So
And they do it in the bathrooms
I-
because they get away from security, or because of the beatbox made it more reverbish.
echo, yes.
You know the stuff.
yeah. All right, Carnal, I have to let you go. We got a lot
When
more
you
phone
guys do
calls.
this,
What's that?
all right. Hey, hopefully you guys can do it at the same time as Cholo.
All good, Carnal. Thank you, man. Okay. Let's go. Caller. Let me see.
Hey, I want to shout out some of the people in the chat, man, because those are the viewers who came on here. If I can, I know that's
No,
what.
let me get this caller and then you can.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, caller.
I'm trying to take over.
No, caller. Caller.
What's up, Tony A?
What's
It's
up, my
me,
brother?
Box again. I got one more question.
I told you. Go ahead.
I made it back.
You made it back.
I made it back. And I want to say to ODM, hey, thanks for saying that was a good question, because I do my history and I watch everything that moves.
Yes, sir.
So
Right on,
my
brother.
question to ODM, thank you, brother. My question is this: how did you feel when Cypress Hill threw you guys out on a diss? How did you guys react to that when that happened, brother? We want to know.
Great question. So I'm gonna say it again. Great question. So
Do
when that
you
happened,
want one, bro?
fuck it, I'll take one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, do that.
Dale.
Here we go.
So I'm gonna answer your question without getting into the whole story. Okay, you asked me,
All right.
how did I take it? I'm gonna tell you like this: we reacted. We reacted. We went to the studio and we actually wrote a diss song, and we recorded it, but it never came out. It never came
Got
out.
you.
And I'll leave it at that.
Got
And
you,
it was a record
got you.
company's call.
Okay, are you guys cool now or not?
Yeah,
Are you guys cool? You and Cypress Hill? You guys cool?
Nah, hell yeah, send dog. I mean, be real. Like we're cool. We're how do you say cordial? You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? That it is what it is. We have respect for them for what they've done, and I'm sure vice versa. I mean, they had to have known what we've done. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was the start of a wave, bro. Like the early '90s, and we were all in it. Hell, I remember being on a plane with Be Real, and they had just dropped their album, the first one, and we were going up to New Year's Eve. We were going up to the Bay Area. It was me, B, Mello, Frost, ALT, and we just went up there and we spent 1992, I think it was, New Year's Eve in the Bay Area, and it was cool, man. I used to go to, B Real's house all the time, and chop it up, and same with Mello, because obviously I met him through Mello.
All good. All right,
That's
Bucks.
freedom. That's freedom.
Absolutely.
All right, bro.
But if you
You
go
know
to the
what we call
Blockout Podcast,
Yes, go. Make sure you go to the Blockout. Put that flyer.
make
up.
sure you subscribe, bro,
I
to my
will, but I'll be
podcast.
there.
I should be pushing that shit. But
I will.
No
Box
disrespect,
rose me.
Tony.
Bam.
Absolutely,
SUV.
Carnal.
We're taking
I'll
a
see
shot
you.
for you, Box, right
Taking
now,
a
bro.
shot for you.
Salute, man.
Yeah, please take that shot. Take that shot.
All right, Carnal. Have a blessed one. Let's keep it pushing. Make sure you put that flyer up there, Alex.
Tony got the big house
sir.
buckle right here and shit.
Yes. Caller, your name, where you calling from?
Remember house music? They That's dope.
Hey, this is Steve from Pueblo, Colorado.
Stilo from Denver, Colorado. Pueblo, Colorado, correct?
Pueblo. Yeah.
You know what? Why do you sound so familiar, bro? Are you in a rap group?
Man, No.
Okay, you know what? Because
No, I'm not in the rap.
okay, dispensa, homie. You got a question?
Shout outs to Pueblo.
Yes, sir.
I know what you're thinking. Right on, yeah, I know what you're thinking of the Steel City Hustlers.
Absolutely. I had them here, bro. Much love and respect to those guys, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to share something. The first concert I ever went to was Lighter Shaded Brown. It was in Pueblo.
Dope.
It was a crazy concert, man. It got all loco at the end, man. I was running for my life.
Oh, what? Why is that? All them girls trying to chase you? Is that what it was?
Probably what it was.
Bro, every neighborhood was there acting a fool that night. It was pretty crazy.
That's
but
crazy.
The concert was dope, man. I'll never forget it.
I'll never forget, and that reminds me of it. We did a show once, and we would get hit up every now and then. Dudes were always hating. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get that, bro. And it's always our people, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, dude, why would you pay so much money at the front door just to come in here and throw your signs at us or throw whatever, your rags or whatever? I'm like, dude, there's so many hyenas in here. There's so many ladies, man. Like, I've stopped shows literally and done that just because it was like, don't kick them out. But if they kept disrespecting, then yeah, man, security handles. But like, why would you do that? I never understood that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man, it was a memorable night. But the question I had is for you, ODM. I remember I was young, and there was a song called "Rap Declares War." That had like you, Bobby, and Frost, Hispanic MCs, Frankie B.
Yeah.
And here's the one for Tony too. It even had High C, bro. And I remember I was so excited because
Pueblo.
I was like,
Pueblo. I'm gonna call you Pueblo.
This is a Chicano cipher. Like, I was freaking out because all my favorite artists were on one song together, bro, and it always stuck in my head all the time, bro. I didn't know if you had any, little memory on either one of you, because Pop was on it too.
Okay, can I just tell you something really quick? I came across that song yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, and then I'm going to share something because I got to tell people who put that out and where was that recorded. So go ahead.
I haven't posted this yet, but I was going to post this. I came across it.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
So what it was, it was Rap Declares War, and it was a collective of us artists who sampled the group War. And it was a tour that we went on, and it was High C. Everyone who sampled them was on this song. I think Frank V, Proper Those was on it. We were there. To answer your question, Tony, I don't know who put that shit out, but it's crazy you brought it up because I came across it yesterday, and I wanted to post that because that's history, bro. I didn't know I did a song with High C. I didn't know High C was on it.
Yes. Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Juice. They call him Juice the Electric Wire. He produced that song, Listen, Arizona. That song was recorded in the city of Alhambra in Steve Yano's studio.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to produce that song. Steve Yano wanted me to do it. But to be quite honest with you, I had so much shit going on. So he had Juice, and he did an amazing job. So I give him credit, bro. Now, but I do want to say this, that Juice was a brother, and he produced that song, and he deserves his flowers, okay? But to me, that was almost like a self-destruction type of song.
Yes.
And that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't even know that song even existed, bro. But that was released through Rhino, and it was released through Steve Yano. This is a Japanese vendor from the city of Whittier who saw the future for Raza and put it all together, bro.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, man.
So.
Right on, man. That was cool. That was on my mind all day. I was thinking of what question to ask, and I'm like, I don't want to ask the same questions everybody else.
No, that was a gem you just pulled out right now, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother. Have a blessed one, man. That's Pueblo, Colorado in the building. All right, let's keep it going.
I love it how in your chat room, LA fools will be like, IE fools do this. And then IE fools, LA fools do this.
Yep, they're here.
IE fools sit on spicy pickles. Like, who comes up with that shit?
Call her your name and where you calling from.
What's up, Tony? This is Drew from Santa Ana.
What's up, my brother? I believe you called here before, huh?
Yeah, I did.
All good, Carnal.
What's his name? Kujo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a question, my brother?
Yeah, I do. I have a question for ODM. And you know what? I'm going to keep it nice and simple. All right, ready, ODM?
Yes, sir. Ready.
Whose house
Rams house. Mob Squad, baby. Super Bowl 56. We coming. Watch out.
Watch out.
Let them know, baby.
Hey, man, it was a long time coming, brother. We ain't had that for a minute.
Hey, bro, you know, let me be honest with you guys. I watched that Super Bowl. Great Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm not a hater. I can go to a sports bar, bro, watch any fucking game. I don't care if it's Cincinnati. I mean, that's the Browns versus Miami.
Right.
As long as it's a good fucking game.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. That was a good fucking game. But even though I'm not a Rams fan, I'm a Cowboys fan. Pero con todo respeto, I'm going to say this. When Cincinnati went up by 10 points, I thought, fuck, Rams are done.
Right.
I thought that. But you know what? I'm thankful for LA for pulling that out, bro.
Appreciate that. And since then, you converted to being a Rams fan. I understand. I love that. So we're going to go a couple games, Tony.
I'm a born-again Rams fan, homie.
You know, the Munoz lawyers, man, they got seats. So we're going to go, man. We're going to go. So
absolutely, homie. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. We'll see you this season. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Caller. Let's see. My bad.
Cooper Cup. I see you.
Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, man, it's the home Kika from City of Escondido.
City of Escondido. What's up, my brother? You got a question?
Yeah, dog. I wanted to ask ODM, what was it like to work on that Closer album when he was with Low Pro? And for you, Tony, if you're gonna ever get any of the guys that were on Low Pro on your show.
Now, when you say low pro,
low profile.
Okay, low profile. But here's what I'm thinking: Dub C and DJ Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about?
Bro, we're talking about Royal Tetas.
Oh, Royal Tetas. No. You know what? You know who I reached?
Why you do royalty like that?
You know who I reached out to, bro? And I'm trying to remember his name. Mr. Sancho. I believe he goes by a different name now.
Yeah, I did a song with Mr. Sancho.
Philo 649.
Yes, you know what? I reached out to him, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't reach out to a lot of artists, but when I know that the fans really, really want to see him, I'll reach out to him. I'll usually get emails, okay? But I reached out to him and I actually DM'd him twice and he never answered me. So, you know, maybe he just never got me. But I would love to have that guy on here, bro.
Let me answer his question though about the Closer.
Yes.
So the Closer album, the way that was, and this is like a fun fact. I recorded it, the whole album, with Fingers. Shout outs to Fingers, man. Fingerdelic, that dude, genius, man. He produced the whole album, and what happened was Royalty, Low Profile, Closer was already done. A couple other, I think, the whole album. He bought the whole album from me, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
So he just put out through Low Pro.
He put it out on Low Pro because he had the major distribution that I couldn't provide at that point. It was just an album. It was a solo album that I did in 2002, and I just happened to do this album. And Closer was like we got radio play, whatnot, and that must have sold him on it, and we made a deal, and I just gave him the rights.
Yeah,
and he just took it.
All right, gracias.
All right, carnal. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, I got one more question, Tony.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Have you tried to reach out to Steve Vicious or VMS too?
To Steve Vicious, you know what?
He's a producer from the.
Yes,
I remember Steve Vicious, MC Shadow, Little Rob, all that. He's dope. Bro.
Yeah, bro. If anybody look, let me say this to everybody. Anybody out there that follows me on Instagram, if you're watching and if you have any connections with that guy, connect me because I don't know how else to get a hold of him. I'm being honest.
I haven't heard from Steven since the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, but yeah, I would love to have him on here, bro. It's like there's guys like that need their flowers, just like Jammy James Carter.
Yes, sir.
That he needed. Look, let me tell you something. Jammy James came over here and dropped some motherfucking gems, and a lot of you guys don't even care about fucking history. Yeah. You guys request them and then don't even care to watch. Yeah, he got a couple of G's people watching, but when I say a couple of G's, like I think like 5 or 6K. But those are the guys that deserve like unlimited views, bro, because they're dropping gems and they were a part of fucking history, homie. But a lot of guys don't like to watch because they don't care about history today.
Don't tell me that because my first season's about history. But if you go to the Blockout Podcast, it's very
Blockout
special.
Podcast.
All right. No, you're right. And I think people that are behind the scenes too, it's a lot harder for them to get exposed because people don't read credits. I mean, unless you're a diehard hip hop fan or music fan in general, and you actually open up the CD cover back in the day and you read who produced, what record label it was on, what year it came out. But other than that, you know, unless you want to be a producer, aspiring, then you care. But I don't know.
All good. All good.
Yeah, muchas gracias, guys.
Muchas gracias, bro. Have a blessed one. Robert, I hate to be a bad influence, but you want another shot?
No.
Okay.
I'll take a beer, though.
Okay, carnal, give him a modelo, por favor. Okay.
I got shit to do tomorrow
Caller,
morning.
your name and where you calling from? Caller.
Hello, this is it's Pepe from Monte.
From Monte. What's up, my brother? How you doing? You got a question?
Hey, yeah, I have a question. What do you think is going to happen to the music industry, where you have a lot of these rappers, like Lil Nas, going on BET, wearing high heels, mini skirts, kissing vatos? You think that's good for the music, for promoting that lifestyle and acting all tough, but you're like kissing the guys and wearing a dress and high heels? Like, to me, I'm old school. I like watching, you know, I like the old rap from the 1980s, but I see these dudes, these vatos wearing high heels and dresses. I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, you know what? I'm with you, bro. I don't understand that, but the bad thing is about today, you speak on it, your ass will get canceled. That's the bad thing. You can't even have an opinion.
Which
today.
is more of a reason for them wanting to do it, because they know that they got a whole team behind them.
Yeah, so it's hard to really speak on it, bro, because you could fucking get canceled, bro. But
you could get demonetized, or kind of like the shot, or you can't talk about Ukraine because then they'll demonetize you.
Something like that, bro.
So we don't have freedom of speech in America.
I mean, we could put it this way, bro. When COVID hit, I got an email to my YouTube page that if we talked about COVID or we spit COVID facts that weren't real, like they were gonna pretty much turn off my shit. Now that's the truth, bro.
I heard about that. They just demonetizing or just not even.
No,
they call that thing shadow banning or something.
No, it was talking about just taking off my motherfucking page.
Oh shit!
Like if you're speeding, like if you say like what's that fucking word? Like if you're fucking spreading lies supposedly about COVID, you know, then they were gonna take off your fucking page. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So
sounds like a deeper conversation, Tony.
It is, bro. So it's hard for me to speak on that, bro. But I appreciate the question, carnal.
Hey, you heard about Lamar Odom, his new hyena?
Lamar Odom and his new hyena? No, what happened? No, fill us in. That I can talk about.
He's dating a transgender from Australia.
No, but is that real?
I was like freaked out. He has a transgender girlfriend. I was like, what the hell?
No, but is that real?
Lamar Odom, look it up, man. It's like crazy. The world's getting crazy.
Robert, is that public knowledge? Like, is that out there right now? Or is that just rumor?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, like, I don't even know if...
Lamar Odom dating a transgender from where?
I love them as a Laker, bro, but I don't check for him like that. I haven't heard of Lamar Odom in a minute.
I don't know,
since
bro.
he got caught up in the brothel.
Yeah, Google it. Daily Mail. Nice talking about
Arizona, bro. Like,
all right, my brother. Stay blessed. Thank you. Lamar Odom, if you're watching, call us, please. We want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You got some explaining to do.
He's my name with the extra O in it.
Okay, caller, your name, where are you calling from?
What's up? It's Artie, homeboy from Santana.
What's up, my brothers from Santana?
OC rapping today.
Yes, sir.
Robert. What's up, Robert? I don't know if you remember me, dog. I met you at your concert right there in Long Beach, my boy. I'm from West Side.
Yeah, what's up, homie? Yeah, we after the show, we were over at the merch booth. Oh, man, just kicking it. Enjoying this platform I'm on right now. Taking calls like old school, man.
Hey, homie. Hey, everyone, shout out to homeboy from, he got knowledge right there by the city of Santana, my boy, you know what I mean?
Thank you. Gracias,
and then, hey, homie, that's big, dog. You know who else needs to get recognized too is Nafti Navarro, Pastor Nafti.
Okay.
I think he was probably there. I think he was there when
Neutral Ground.
Yeah, Neutral Ground. Yeah, that's my deal right there. So.
Oh, is that right? I just started following him. Give him a big hello from me, brother, and I'm sure he'll be there on August 28th when we're at El Salvador Park. So looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Salvador right there. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Maybe Tony A should pull up.
Hell yeah.
Should bring Tony A.
Is it going to be the food?
That way he can see the scenery of Santana. You know what I mean? The love and the Chicano culture we got going on over there.
You know, DJ Charisma's from Santana too. She's going to be hosting it.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's going to be dope. I can't wait to see her.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Cool, brother. Saludos.
Hey, Robert grew up right there, right in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I don't know, Robert, you grew up right there on West Side or the South Side?
I grew up right there on Douglas Street, homie, Edinger and Rate.
Oh, yeah. You're Douglas. Over there, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, much love.
I rap Lottie Dottie and I made it to school.
Did you go to Diamond? Did you go to Diamond too?
Bro,
Did you go to Diamond too?
I went to Diamond. Like I said it earlier, but I went to Diamond and then, across the street to Carr. And then I went to Valley for up until my sophomore year. And then I got popped for stealing some cars, and I had to move.
Yeah. I went to Diamond. The Diamond went to Car, and then from Car, that was it. Went
There
to
you
Junior
go.
Hall.
They
and
were all like this, bro.
got out. You know.
This in the circle. Hey, what you know about the Eskimo? What you know about the Eskimo? What you know about the Eskimo across the street, homie?
Hey, Robert, were you around? Remember? I don't know. Remember that the fuck? What was his name? The homeboy I knew Cheerios. Remember Cheerios?
Rest in peace. The homeboy would stand out there, old school dude.
Yeah.
He was standing there with
tell these about Cheerios. He knew where all the parties are at.
That's right, homie. That's right. Right there in Bristol. Shout out to everybody who's in Bristol. Man, we go back like Pat Sajak. Come on, man.
Hey, he used to be right there on Main and Energy, right there at the mobile, right there. That was his spot, right there.
He was an older gaucho. He would stand out on there. That was his thing. He was there for so many years, bro. You tell it, bro.
Top 28.
And he had love
he
for
knew all the parties, homie.
White man, older white man would be out there, and he would like just kind of just say what's up to everybody. That was his thing. He wasn't homeless. He was just was his thing. He was like retired. He would be out there and just greeting the people, man. The gente. Like,
wow.
It was
everyone protected him. No one would be able to touch that.
Everybody had his back.
It was dope. Yeah, too much love.
Shout out to Cheerios, man. Rest in peace.
All right then, big dog. Hey, well, shout out 28. Hey, maybe homeboy, pull up right there. We're right there in Santana. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You know, Santana has a strong culture, dog. You know what I mean? From Overset to F Troop to Down High. You know, all those bottles right there are super old neighborhoods, man. That have been around for forever. You know, so much love to Tony A and much love to you, Robert. You know what I mean? Good. But you guys stay up, homeboy. Have a buenas noches, and
we'll see you on the 28th, brother. Yep.
All good.
Oh, I'll be there. You already know. Come on, homeboy. You already know.
All
mandatory.
That's love.
Much love to the caller. Much love to Santana. And we got some more calls. All right, let's see. Once again, if you got the balls, make the calls. Let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What's cracking, man? It's Jokes Love Life. What's cracking to my boy ODM?
What's up, my brother? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from, I'm coming out of Hesperia, California, man. I wanted to just give much love to the homeboy ODM. He shows me a lot of love, man. Fucking when I dropped a couple of my things. I've been on your show before, Tony.
Okay.
I used to go by Jokes. I actually changed my name to Jokes Love Life on your show.
Oh, what's up, my dude?
Yeah.
Dude, this dude got a hell of a voice.
Dog?
Bro, why the hell... Bro, I'm going to say it right here on this platform because, I give credit where credit is due, and that's especially cats that are younger and up and coming.
Absolutely.
Tony, you know this cat. He's a singer. He used to work with Brownside, right?
As a matter of fact, Carnal,
yes, sir.
You were on here with Shady Boy, right?
Shady Boy, yes, sir.
That's right. I remember you, Carnal.
Hell of a voice, bro.
Yes.
Like, you got it, bro. Just keep going, man, and rest in peace to your mama, bro. I'm going to say that on the platform for you.
Thank you. Hey, that means a lot, my brother.
Sir.
With the day that I met you, dog, I came home and she fanned out for me, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and I just to let you know, I'm right here sipping out the RVG cup, dog, that I got in the mail, my boy. I appreciate that shit, dog.
So my family, we have a YouTube channel. It's called RVG Fam.
Okay.
And we've had it since 2017. So my wife, my 3 kids, and my wife's the face of it, but appreciate you, man. We give out tumblers every.
Hey, you go through my YouTube log, dog. I don't ever miss. I feel like I'm a part of the family, my boy, and I'm subscribed to the Blockout and everything. And I'm one of your biggest supporters, my boy, just because you genuinely showed me a bunch of love from day one, brother. So I just wanted to tap in with you real quick and let you know what it is, dog. Much love always, brother. And shout out to you, Tony. We got to link up again, dog.
Yes, sir. Hit me on the DM, por favor, okay?
I'm going to tap in, and you guys have a blessed night, all right?
My brother, you too.
Salud.
Hey, Carnal, go ahead and give your wife's, the podcast, your family's podcast again.
Yeah. It's called RVG Fam, RVG, Robert Vanessa Gutierrez Family. It's on the YouTube right here, so if you can subscribe, we appreciate it. Like I said, man, it was just something that we started. My daughter wanted to do a YouTube channel in 2017, and we just been going, bro, since nonstop. And let me tell you something, bro, and I see on your comments.
Yes.
That
caller, hold on, please.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
Because they're asking for you to tap into that world, and I think that would be huge if you tap into the YouTube influencers.
Okay.
Like my boy Benny. Everybody, y'all know about Benny Sullivan, him, Alondra. Shout outs to Us Always. Those are our peoples right there. Bo and Maria. These are huge YouTubers. Like we're talking, 1, 2, 3 million subscribers, bro. And I learned that when I got into the game back then, and I started networking. I was like, wow, like this is where this like having a hit record. They're like artists,
Yeah, okay.
Benny's got music out, so I push for those that are doing, like you said, we support each other. If you're interested, we'll connect and
absolutely
we have them on there. Yeah.
Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? My name is Priscilla. I'm calling out of Santa Ana. Dude, Tony, I just want to tell you, it's like fucking trying to get in through the party line like back in the day. Just fucking have you answer the line, dude.
Tony don't know about that.
I'm
He knows
all
like
hyped up, like fucking redial.
I'm sorry.
No, but I wanted to give a shout out. To you.
Thank you.
To ODM. I'm from Santana, and I appreciate you, putting us out there on the map.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And talking about Cheerios.
Yes.
That fool that brought up Cheerios.
Yeah.
I remember him as a little girl too. Like growing up, my mom would take me cruising down Bristol, and they would always hit up that fool like, to tell him like where's the parties at, or I would see him like people would just pick him up, throw him in the car.
See that?
But I do know that he had lost his family. He had lost his family in a fire, and after that had happened, like that's why he would be out there in the streets.
Okay, thank you for that.
Like that.
I didn't know that, so behind the story, but that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
sharing. He lost his wife and his daughter in a fire in Santa Ana.
Wow.
But I'm kind of nervous right now, but sorry.
No, you're
I'm kind of really nervous. But
we appreciate you calling up, man, and sharing that.
I wanted to show love. I'm going to be out there on August 28th too.
Yay.
And we can't wait to see you.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
My aunt used to party with you.
Okay,
Carol
we need to stop right there. We need to stop right there.
You remember her. Okay.
Was it good or
it's nothing bad. Nothing bad. No.
TV.
It's all love.
My old stories are coming up.
No, it's all love. It's all love. It was all good. She used to tag me along with her, so I remember you as a little girl. And then my first time though seeing you perform was in New Mexico on 4th of July, like 94.
Mm-hmm.
And you were performing with War. You guys opened up for War.
Wow.
In New Mexico.
Probably Rap Declares War tour.
I just wanted to say what's up.
Thank you. Much love to you, Mama.
Shout out to Tony A too.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tony A. I found out about you through Long Beach Carlos from the Nightcap Bootleg.
Yes.
Hopefully, we've been trying to get you on. Maybe we can bring you on to the show one day.
Let's tap in.
I don't know.
Absolutely. We'll try to make it work.
Most def. Yeah, for sure. Have him hit you up, or we'll hit you up to the page.
Yes.
Get you on.
Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate you.
Much respect and nothing but love.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys take care.
Have a blessed night.
I eat food, stay kicking it at Walmart parking lots.
One time they put LA fools sleep with cucumbers on the rice. So, caller, your name, where are you calling from?
Oh, you already know it's Box one more time.
Shit. Hey, bro, she said it's hard to get on, and he gets on 3 times, bro.
He must have a separate line or something. Bro, you got a chair waiting here for you. You might as well come on the show.
Come on, my brother. Let's go.
No, yeah, I would come out on the show, and this is not the first time on this episode that I've came on 3 times. I hold the Guinness World Book of Records right here. So check it out. So ODM, Kujo, 28, you're my brother, man. I respect you.
You have great questions. Go ahead, man.
But ODM, I have this question for you, brother. When you Vatos came out with that song, Bump On Boys, Bump On Boys, that impacted the homies so. Everyone was playing it. How did you guys come up with that jam?
Are you talking about homies?
Yeah. My homies.
Yeah, homies. Yeah.
I was confused the way he was saying it.
Hold on, let me say something. Jammy James said this.
Yeah.
How I sampled that was he said something about homies, and where he got homies from, but then he said, my homeboy, Eazy-E.
Yeah.
But he was like, it was like my homie. It was almost like he was DJing.
Right.
So that's how he sampled it. Now, do I got the right song or the wrong song? Box.
No, it was called Bump the Homeboys. I can't repeat it. I just remember hearing it, and then when it came out, I was like, damn. That song when you guys did the video where you guys are getting scolded by the teachers.
Okay, that's homies. And
that's homies. Yeah.
So it's funny how.
Yeah, homies.
Yeah. So so you had Ice Cube on that hook. and you had Eazy-E.
That's right.
So the part you were saying is
Yes.
my homie seen me at the motel, and off his album he just took my homie, and then Eazy-E was like my homeboy. So did James tell you about the story in Hawaii where
No.
Eazy-E confronted him?
No, tell us, please.
No, the Blockout Podcast has it this week. James is on there right now. You're gonna have to go there and check that out.
Put that flyer up.
James will talk about the Blockout. I'm sorry, I got to keep
No,
that jam.
that's
Tony.
why you guys have to go and subscribe and watch it. Okay.
Sorry, dog.
That's why you have to go and subscribe and watch it.
And because it was so hard, because he was talking about, we pre-recorded our stuff before he came on your show, and then James was telling all these stories that is on my show,
And you're like, stop.
yeah, and I'm like, no,
James.
it's cool, whatever. That's it. But James got more stories than any of us.
Yeah.
So what was great about that is, I could talk about that Eazy-E story and how Eazy-E just confronted him, and that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna say this about James really quick. When we sat down here, the chemistry was fucking amazing, bro. Then the next day he messages me and he said, I almost feel like we were homies since the 90s.
Yes.
That's a beautiful feeling, bro.
Like you and High C.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, James is somebody who doesn't get his flowers, and it goes back to what you were saying earlier. Producers usually don't, unless you're Dr. Dre. But James, to me, is our Dr. Dre.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will say that respectfully, humbly, because if it wasn't for James, there would be no homies. There would be no Sunday afternoon. There wouldn't be no Latin Active. He produced our 3 biggest hits, bro. Wow. And for that to be put, I'm gonna put that out there right now. James, if you're watching, bro, you already know, man, bro. 100. Now's your time, Carnal. Now's your time, homie. So
absolutely.
Shout out to you, bro.
All good, Carnal.
So just to let everyone know, I watch what everything moves, and I appreciate you guys taking my 3rd call. I might call back in, brothers. Take care, man. Box rolls me. SJV.
All right, my bro. SJV Box. If he calls the 4th time, he's gonna have to host the next show, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tony want to call him blocked now.
Yeah, exactly.
Blocked. That's fucked up.
Let's keep it going. We got a couple more minutes, and then it's a wrap. Okay, somebody just called and hanged up.
This is dope.
So,
hey, shout out to that man, I got to recognize, man. These are the people that make you, man.
Caller.
Oh shit, go ahead.
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What up, Tony A? It's the Snowman from San Pedro. What up, ODM? What
the
up,
Snowman.
What's up, brother?
So I just tuned in right now, and I was hearing the end of the conversation about that song, Homies, and I was wondering if ODM had heard of the late Little Travieso from Colorado, where he remixed a sample of that song, The Homies, and and how if Little Travieso is on that Mount Rushmore of Latino artists. I hate to categorize us, but he was definitely a factor out there in the game.
Let me ask you, how old are you, first and foremost?
I'm 34.
Okay. Do you put him on the Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I would have to look at all the Latin artists.
There's 4, right? 4 faces or 5?
4.
There's 4.
4. Nah, he's not on there. But he's definitely an honorable mention.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I only ask you because you brought up the Rushmore.
Right.
That's why, and I was assuming that you. No. Okay. So somebody sent me his song, right?
Right.
And he, it wasn't recreated. He took our sample off YouTube.
Okay.
And he used it, the instrumental.
Right. Okay.
Somehow our instrumental, from the maxi cassette singles, your instrumental's that up on, which is dope because sometimes I download that.
And you know
shit
what's funny,
I don't have it.
Robert? A lot of people don't even know about what maxi singles are. I've been educating people between singles, maxi singles, EPs, and albums.
Right. Now that's good. They should be. But no, so he grabbed the instrumental and he just rapped over it, and I was watching it, and at first I was like, "Damn, this motherfucker jacked my shit." Like, I ain't getting paid off this. Like, I ain't getting my bag. Jammin' James, and I sent it to James. I go, look, dude, this dude used your shit. But then I was starting thinking, I was like, you know what? I always take that negative and put it in a positive. I was like, these are youngsters.
Yeah.
These are youngsters that are using our shit and knew our shit was a hit. So from that point, I was like, you know what, go ahead, homie, get your hits on. You know what I mean? It's not like he was taking my verse and putting it in. He made his own song about it, and I thought it was, you know, unique in his own way. And sad that what happened, you know, but you know, when you live that life, it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is what
unfortunately,
it is,
but
it's,
bro.
You know, let me say this. It's sad, bro, because you know what? First and foremost, may he rest in peace. And I encourage our listeners and our viewers to keep his family in prayer. Okay. But I do have to say this, that I was taught this at a young age, that in that lifestyle, you have two options only, dead or in jail. That's it.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
And in a wheelchair. My dad always told me dead in jail or in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is your dad in a wheelchair?
Nah, he wasn't, but he always told me I'm not going to push you. If you end up in a wheelchair, I ain't going to push you.
That's interesting that he told you that. I don't think ever. Mom's was like, hey, you end up in jail, don't call me. And I was like, all right. So,
she was keeping it real with you.
Yeah, don't call me.
Yeah. Thank you, Carnal. Man, I greatly appreciate that question, homie.
Gracias, bro.
And I have something for you, Tony A. What I'm gonna do this week, and when I call on the next podcast, I'm gonna put my 4 Latino Mount Rushmore artists for you, and I'll have that for you on the next podcast. How about that?
Please do that, bro. Please do that. Okay. All right.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.
You too.
All right.
We got a couple of more minutes, like 10 more minutes, and then maybe 3 more phone calls at the most, and we're out of here.
I'm chilling, bro.
All right, let's fucking keep it pushing.
You got work tomorrow or what?
No, I ain't got to work tomorrow. Okay. Callers, your name and where are you calling from?
You good, bro?
What's up, Tony? It's I'm calling from Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh, North Fort Myers, Florida. All right.
Hey,
cool.
Florida, what's up?
Yes, sir. What's up, ODM? Hey, I got a couple questions for you, Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Want a beer?
I remember the first time I heard you, man, was when you did that song with Capone from back in the day, South Africa. And I just wanted to say, man, when I first heard you, that's when I first heard you, and ever since then, man, I was like, that was like my jam. That was like the best jam I ever heard.
Thank you, bro. We recorded that in my studio in Corona, where when Bobby, DWTX, and I, we took kind of a break, and I started getting to more in production.
Okay.
A lot of cats don't know because just as Jammin' James, you know, you don't see the production credits of who made the music. So I started producing in '94 when I produced Hey DJ, our first record, and you know that went mainstream. And then I ended up doing If You Want to Groove on the Lane and the Cut album, and so on and so forth. So once we got dropped from Mercury Records, I started my own label called Brown Royal Kingpins. And that was like '97, and I had this little condo over there in Corona, IE, and these cats would come to my studio, Capone, and I remember Capone walking in through, here's a gem for you, walking in for the first time meeting him, Mr. Capone, that is, because I know there's a couple out there. Mr. Capone came through the door, and, you know, he was like, what's up, ODM? Oh, eyes all big, you know, dog, if you watch it. And he was like, hey, I want to leave this life alone, man. I go, what are we talking about, homie? He was like, man, you know, this gangster life, bro.
Yeah.
He goes, you know, I got out, you know, or whatever. He goes, whatever he said, he goes, I want nothing to do with that. He goes, but I want to target direct my energy towards music. Will you produce my album? I said, let's go. So I was in the middle of doing my compilation. So we ended up doing What's My Name? I don't know if you remember that cut, but that was the first one that I sampled. Mr. Capone, and that was on the Brown Corner. Yes, sir. On that album, and then, you know, we just continued working, and then we ended up doing the Southside Thing video and all that stuff. But thank you, bro. Like that was that point I was Mr. ODM, the producer, bro. Like I love production. Yeah. And you know, I rapped on some stuff too here and there, and that's where most of my features came from.
Robert, for the people that may not know, I believe, really quick, you produced a song on maybe the local soundtrack.
Yes, before we get to that, the Blockout Podcast right now is available. When we're done here, go to the Blockout Podcast and subscribe. That's your boy ODM's, Lighter Shade of Brown, all that and more. We're trying to be like Tony A up in here, really. So we got to just play catch up. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Mi Vida Loca.
I got another question for you.
Hold on, Mio. I'm going to answer Tony's question really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mi Vida Loca is I had a group called Four Corners that I produced. It was some ladies Shout outs to Leticia and her sister and all them. And the label Mercury was looking for a girl group or just more acts for the compilation.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up bringing them in. I produced "Girls It Ain't Easy."
That's right.
And then they had a second single. I forgot who produced it, but it was Suavecito. But yeah, dude, that's when we were hot, Tony. That's when we were just working, man. Like boom, boom. But I love the production side of it.
Because I was there with you when we went to the screening of it. It was like in a small room.
I heard you tell that story.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like in an alley somewhere?
Yes, it was crazy, yes.
And then we showed up.
I took my son. I'll bring him in, but he was like 1 year old, bro.
Wow.
So like 31 years.
Frank V was there. Shout outs to Frank V.
Yeah.
And everybody was just watching the movie. And then we wrote our lyrics after that.
And as a matter of fact, in 1999, when you had your record release party, or your listening party, and I want to say in Hollywood, with...
in 97?
No, I think... Well, with Greenside.
Yeah, 97. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I was there because you guys did a song with Tony.
Yes, Dwayne Wiggins.
Yes.
Tony, whatever you want. That's Mr. Seaman, baby. Yeah. We have a joke because the youngsters that roll with me, they call me Mr. Seaman.
Okay. Mr. Seaman.
That's what we talk about. I go say hello to Mr. Seaman, baby. I was back in my wild days, but Dwayne Wiggins, was the one who was on that track.
All good. All right.
Yeah, I see it through you back, bro.
I was there, brother. All right, Carnal. Thank you.
You were there with Mr. Seaman, though.
Yes. Norbert, open that door.
ODM, my other question was, whatever happened to the homie Little Dreamer? I haven't heard of him in years.
Little Dreamer from High Power?
Yeah.
You know what, bro? Honestly, I talked to Capone the other day, and I think I asked him how he was doing or if he had talked to him, but I mean he's doing good. I think he's I talked to the homie Güero. Shout out to the homie Güero. He said that he talks to him every now and then. He's doing okay, but I haven't
the bottle opener, Akira.
Verbally, I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that question because I remember when he came out with that video. Outside thing, I remember seeing him in the video, and I remember I heard a lot of his songs, and a lot of people I know have been asking about him because they remember him from way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if he's still with them or not, but
yeah.
And then my second question is for you and Tony.
Yeah.
There's three big questions. It's got to do with Bella the Rapper, Magic Girl, and it's got to do with what's his name, Shady Boy. I seen on Tony that I heard, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but you and Magic Girl working on something together?
No, not a song with Magic Girl, EP with Magic Girl. We're going to be releasing about 6 or 7 songs, but we're trying to produce at least what I want to do, between 10 to 12 songs and pick the best 7 and release them. And eventually I will be premiering it here. The video. I'll be taking calls with her, so you can call and talk to her. And man, we're gonna get it going, bro. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know. See, a lot of people saw her as like playing talk box, but she's much more than that. She's a great singer.
Oh, I know.
Great singer.
She's the one from Fresno or Bakersfield or
Bakersfield
559, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's coming, and it'll be this year, and then. Bella, what can I say about Bella? Bella's just dope, bro. You know what?
She's damn good.
One thing I will say about Bella that I'm thankful for, that Erica, her manager, gave me her very first interview. Yeah. Her very first interview was here at Roadium Radio. So
can I tell you? Can I hop on that? When she was on here, I didn't know about Bella. No. I knew about Bella because her song, the Jean A joint she did.
Yeah.
But then I saw her first interview was with you. And she shouted out Lighter Shade of Brown. She shouted, because you asked her, who are you listening to or who are you bumping? You know what? She goes, I study a lot of female rappers because that's the lane that I'm in. She's all, and you were like, well, like who? She's all, well, I was listening to so-and-so, the Lighter Shade of Brown, Teardrop, and this and that. And I was like, that's dope because I'm a fan of Bella. So as soon as I watched your podcast, I hit her, bro, on the DM. I was like, we need to work together.
Yes.
We need to work together. And we did. We ended up doing a song, but it never came out. Well, it did for a little bit on the homie, but we had to shut that down because there was no contracts or anything like that. So.
And I know you guys did a podcast together as well.
Yeah. Shout out to JR and the Crew podcast, which is on right now, or it's probably over now.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm on 2 different places at the same time right now. Yeah. But no, she was she was on a few weeks on that podcast. But anyway.
So you said Magic Girl, Bella, and who else?
Shady Boy. My major question was 2 questions is would you guys ever do like some songs with them in the future?
With the Shady Boy?
Is one. Would all 3 of them, like, would you ever do songs with Magic Girl, Bella the Rapper, or Shady Boy?
Well, see, here's the thing with Shady Boy. I've been reaching out to him because I've been trying to get him on the show. You know, I'm trying to bring him back because a lot of people request that guy. But somebody DM'd me, and again, I don't know if this is true, but somebody told me that he was locked up. So I don't really know, bro. But I've been calling him and texting him, and I've got no reply. So maybe that might be true. Because Shady Boy is usually good at getting back to me.
Is Shady?
So, yeah.
Shady Boy, does he have records out?
Shady Boy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he has.
But he has a lot of tats. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's him. Okay. So yeah, bro. So you know what? If he's in it, as soon as he gets out, I'll have him back on, bro, because he likes coming. He likes coming on here, big dog.
Yeah. And my last question before we go is, when are you gonna have Bella or Magic Girl on your show?
Let me tell you something. Before the year's over, I'll have Magic Girl on here because we're gonna be promoting her EP, and then Bella is welcome to come whenever she wants, bro. Because that's how much I have love for Erica B&B Entertainment.
Yeah, sure.
Erica's our manager, and Bella's welcome anytime she wants, bro. So, but she'll be back.
I just wanted to see if you would ever do an interview with her and her manager Erica. That'd be awesome. That way we learn more about Erica.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bring her on.
Maybe from a label's perspective.
Because I heard about Erica and everything, but I've only seen her like a few times with Bella and stuff. But I want to know more about her. I'd be really interested.
Okay. Thank you. All right, my brother.
You're welcome.
Muchas gracias. Thank you for calling, bro.
All right. I will try to call back in if I can.
Yeah. All right, my bro. Thank you. Have a blessed night, homie. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Who's this? Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Hello? No, they hung up. 714. So, let me see. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
You already know it's the box.
Mr. Box, you're hosting the next show. You're hosting the next show, homie.
I'm gonna be there, brother, and I gotta be there. And thank you,
great questions, man. I can't even. You got great questions, Box. What you got, homie?
Robert, are you sure you're home?
Okay,
I'm very sure. Yeah, because I'll wake up with a headache. You ain't got to get up. I don't know what time you get up, son, but I want to be on K-Day tomorrow morning. Like, yes, you got menudo in the back.
It's all good, Canal. It's all good.
There you go.
Go ahead, homie. What do you got?
I got a question. For ODM and igualmente con 28. Where were you at and how? Not how you felt, but like where were you at when you heard homie passed away?
Are you talking about DWTX?
From Light Shade of Brown. Yeah.
Well, if you go to the Blockout, I'll play.
No, promote it.
Nah. Because it's been said. I mean, that's the first interview.
Yeah, we did.
We did it on the first interview when I was with Tony. So I was in a meeting, bro, like at work at the radio station. We had a station meeting outside of this restaurant, and then his primo called me and said, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" I go, "Man, I'm in a meeting right now. What's up?" And he told me the news. He said, "Hey, bro," he goes, "Bobby passed away." I was like, "What?" I go, "No." So that's how I found out. Was that your question? How I found out?
Yeah, Dispenser. Not to bring it up. It's just I had not, because I didn't get that part of the interview, like when you had that. So that's the reason why I was looking. Like, the question was, how did you feel? Like, how did you feel when that happened?
I kind of sat back. Obviously, right away I was like, no, like I just saw him. You know what I'm saying? Like we just did the show. We did a show in Fresno, and he was actually supposed to stop by my pad for some carne asada. We were going to do a little Sunday thing. The show was on Saturday, but he ended up skipping and going to Vegas. And you could watch Tony's podcast, Shiro's or even mine. I talk about it, But long story short, when I heard it, I was like, no, man. Like, he was trying, you know, he was trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, going through rehab and this and that. But my personal feeling was just like, we lost a good one, bro. Like, we lost the homie. See, D-Double and I were not brought up together. Okay. We were put together. So it was a business move made. We became friends. We became homies through, you know, the years. It was a marriage. Okay. But a lot of people, because I get them in the comments, bro, and DMs like, hey, bro, it's your carnal, man, and you guys were brothers. You guys grew up together, and it's like, you know how it is. People, they like to depict and what they want to, and however they see it, and it's like, nah, man. That's why when I do this Blockout podcast, you'll see everything. Like, it's out right now. Go check it out. It's my platform. Thank you, Tony, for allowing me to come on here and talk about it, because we get in depth with all of that. And it's not just from my mouth. It's from everybody who was involved with the situation, who also was brought up with the Lighter Shade of Brown Foundation, you know, from producers to the management, and they'll tell you.
Absolutely. Thank you,
I want to take this time to thank you guys for your music, and you guys did a tremendous job. I want to say thank you to Tony A for taking my calls. He's probably going to block me. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
And thank you guys for everything, man. The Box, Rosemead, SUV.
That's right.
I'm always tuned in.
That's right,
bro. Good. Thank you.
I'm always.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I got to call somebody. This is a Box.
Why are they laughing?
Box,
bro?
Thank you. Dispensa, carnal, but I have to call somebody right now.
The team laughing right now, Tony.
From Odessa, Texas. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This family has been supporting me for years, bro. So I have to give them this respect. Okay. I don't even have a ringing. D.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
D, how are you? You're live on Roadium Radio. Calls with the Wizard and with ODM. How are you and Cisco doing? Everything good?
Yeah, we're good. I started working out again today.
Awesome.
Go ahead, girl. How much you lost?
Huh?
How much have you lost?
I just barely started today. I think I lost 50 pounds.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the intoxicated man. That was a stupid question. You just started working today, she said. Hey, shit happens. I got some shit that'll make you lose weight overnight. Don't even trip. Holler at me. No play.
But it's nice to see Mr. Lighter Shade of Brown over there.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And it's always a privilege to see Tony all the time. He's so sweet.
Why you gotta say it like that? How come I didn't get that same tone? Dang, y'all got.
Well, D, you know what? First of all, I want to give a shout out to D and her husband Cisco from Odessa, Texas, and they supported Roadium Radio. They supported Tony A. And they supported my team. So much love, much respect.
Shout out to Texas, man.
D or Cisco, do you guys have a question for Robert from Lighter Shade of Brown?
I don't know. I think I was like young when he came out. I don't have a question, but I do remember the music and I bumped it.
That's all that matters. And you know, if you act now, you can go to the Blockout Podcast on YouTube, and that's my platform. We talk all about it on Girl. Even stories about Texas, because I got some stories about Texas.
Okay, start listening to it. I'll look it up on your page or something.
Come inside the Roadium Radio chat. We're in here right now. We'll holler.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Tony, you know what? We're going to be down there in a couple of weeks. Okay, we got to go visit you.
Please let me know, and you guys got front row seats, VIP. Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. Let's just go know, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see you. And Cisco says hello. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks, all right?
Cisco Kid was a friend of mine.
Okay, D, we'll talk soon. You have a blessed night.
All right. Good night, Tony.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, bro. I was logging on to your podcast because I want to see the...
It's all good, Carnal. Okay, let's see. We got a call. Caller, your name. Where are you calling from?
I was logging on to your
I'll let y'all go. Bye.
It's all good.
Caller, your name. Where are you calling from? Hello? Caller. All right. Let's go to the next caller.
Yo, this stand the guitar, man. I play guitar on this record. I wonder why I can get paid, motherfucker.
Yes. Hey, but you know what's funny, bro? That D and Cisco, they flew in, bro, to be on Roadium Radio, bro. They flew in from Odessa, Texas, bro. That's why I gotta show mad love to them.
You need to do a show, Tony.
Yes.
Like a show at a venue.
Absolutely.
That'd be dope.
Caller, what's your name? Where you call from? Caller.
Try disconnecting.
Okay, yeah, let me try to do it. Give me 1 second, caller. Here we go again. Let me try to connect it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, I just connected back. Let's go. Keep calling, you guys.
Hey, shout outs to Carissa B. Call us up, baby girl.
Caller, your name, where are you calling from? Caller. Give me a couple of more seconds, caller. Caller. You know what's funny, bro? We always have this problem like towards the end of the show. Okay, hold on. Let me connect one more time.
You sound like a teacher in
yes,
what was the one, Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, exactly.
Bueller.
Bueller.
If you know, you know. If we showing our age right now.
Yeah.
Because we are.
Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
Yo, what's up? This is Money Moons from Corona.
Money Moons! What's up, Otto?
What up, dog?
Alex, we're only here in one ear. You heard it one ear?
Yeah, one ear.
Same shit happened last
Damn,
time.
dog, I've been trying to get through for a minute.
Hey, Box taking all the lines, bro. I think he got like 50 phones, bro.
Shit.
Somehow. So, hey, you're on that Bluetooth right now, huh?
I think we are. Something happened.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, it's all good. Go ahead, Carnal.
So, Moons is my partner that goes with me on tour.
He's been here before, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to shine some light on him because he's not replacing DOUTX. He hasn't done that. A lot of cats have said, you know, hey, Bobby's irreplaceable and this and that. And you know, of course. Like, we know that.
Right.
But music, as you know, goes on. Like, there would be no Zapp without Roger Troutman. But even Zapp is still touring.
Absolutely, bro.
So Money Moons is the cat that has, and bro, Moons, tell it, bro. How long have you known Lighter Shade of Brown's lyrics?
Man, shit, since I was a kid, bro. My uncles grew up bumping you, dog, and I know all the words out to every single song almost.
So with that being said, he's an artist himself.
Yeah.
And the way we connected was through a homie named Mondo. And he said, look, Moon's got some music out. I listened to it, man. And the dude's dope. Like, I ain't just saying that. So I fucked with him. We did a song called Summertime together. And Money Moons featuring ODM. And then
that song, Summertime, how old is that song? Because I believe I have the single CD.
Moons?
It's 2016.
I believe I have that. Did you guys take the cover like in the Lolo? I don't know if you guys remember. Because I have a song called Summertime by, you guys.
Oh, no. You're probably thinking about us in Two Down, Somewhere in the City.
Probably that one.
Yeah. No, bro. That was the 90s. This cat, he's a youngster, bro, but he's, he's been listening, as you said, forever. And I think we linked up, in 2016, as he said. But I needed somebody at the time to come help me breathe on stage, bro.
Okay. Of course.
It's hard. And D would be my guy. We'd help each other out. But this cat, man, he's on it 100%.
All good. You know what's funny, man? That a lot of people may say like, well, he could never replace Bobby. There's no such thing as replacing Bobby, okay?
Speak on.
Respect, much love, much respect to him. May you rest in peace. But here's my thing. I was label mates with Freddie Mercury, which is from Queen, okay? And when he passed away, they got the same group got another singer, bro. Look, if I didn't want to see Queen, I could say that guy can't replace Freddie Mercury.
No.
He's
not trying to.
And he's not trying to. But this is just a tour paying tribute to Freddie Mercury and Queen. That's all it is.
And it's no different from Malo or Tierra, now Tierra, because both brothers have passed away.
Exactly.
The music lives on. And I think gente, especially if you're older, and you don't care. You just want to hear the music.
Absolutely.
If it's even got one original member, bro, that's enough. I mean, look at like
Two
you
live
said.
crew, bro. It's just Mr. Mix on the turntables, and he's got
Stop, bro. Stop, bro. Mr. Mix ain't even a rapper. He out there getting it, bro.
He's got two turntables. He got two new guys. Like, and I'll be real with you. I saw him at OG Mike's before COVID, and I was like,
right,
bro, who the fuck is this?
Right.
I know who you are, Mr. Mix. You know, they're just rapping Me So Horny, and I was like, all right.
But you know what, though? He was the producer. He made the music. He was like, yeah, baby. Hoochie mama. Like,
right.
That was that voice. So he's still part of the group, though.
Right. But the two new guys that are the lead singers.
Oh, I didn't even see them.
No, there's two guys that sing all Two Live Crew new shit.
Okay.
You know, I mean, Robert, can you imagine like 20 years from now, two new Mexican kids singing all lighter shit, brown shit, and the only one who's still alive is Fabian.
Right.
And he's just the DJ.
He's the DJ. And he was on the first episode of the Blockout Podcast.
Yes.
You want to go check it out? You can. Go ahead.
Yes. And then he just put lighter shade of brown tonight.
Like, you know what? If anybody would take that, and hopefully my son, if he decides he wants to, is little Elijah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's 6 years old. So shout outs to my boy. I love you.
Absolutely. He'll be 26.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but that's timeless music is what
Carne
it is.
asada lamping on the grill.
That's it. I mean, look at Digital Underground. But there's so many groups right now.
I know.
But the music lives on.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carnal. Thank you for calling.
Money Moons. Hey, bro, you coming up to K-Day tomorrow?
I'll be there in the morning. I'm probably gonna pull up to the hotel.
Yeah, you're gonna hit that traffic. Is what you're gonna hit. All right, bro. Yeah, that's why I'm staying out in L.A. tonight, bro. Fuck that. Yeah, I was about to go. Gas is $6.50 a gallon, bro. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like I'd rather put that in a room.
Hey, Money Moons, if he's gonna stay in L.A., he needs to take another shot. Anyways, homie, thank you, Carnal. Thank you, homie. Thank you. All right,
stop co-signing over there, Danny.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Alex, I'm gonna go ahead and do the. I'm going to do the Bluetooth over again, so hopefully this fixes it. A ver. If not, we'll take... Okay.
Vas a pagar por mi gas.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly, okay. Caller, your name, where are you calling from?
100.
Fuck, we still got 1 year, bro.
From Paso.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, I have a question for ODM.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
Do it in between calls.
Hey, I'm right here. I'm right here from the 805.
Yeah.
And I listen to Cali Lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what I know, I may be wrong, but you guys work together and stuff like that. Did you guys or
do we what together?
Elaborate for me on how you guys meet up.
Cali Life, we never worked together with Cali Lifestyle.
You know, you guys never met up?
Okay.
Or never met up. No, I don't think we ever did a show together.
Okay.
Either. Nah. They I don't know what label they were on. If it was 805, shout out to 805 Underground, because I didn't know the cat from them. He used to put out a lot of the music from out that way. But I know Cali Lifestyle by the music. I didn't know about them until they dissed us. That was a call that we had earlier.
Yeah.
But that was it, bro. I had a whole county dissing me. Just ODM.
But
the whole album.
Hey, man, I got respect for you, though, you know?
But I mean, it was over something that was, and I'll talk about it, was over something that was misinterpreted, bro. It was something that they thought I said. It was a freestyle. I was freestyling on one of the homie Little Blackie's album, and I was literally freestyling. Yeah. And they thought I had said something, and I want to clear the air, something about Colonia. Okay. And I was like, bro, I had never even heard of Colonia until they came and approached me and said, right. What'd you say about it? And they all like dissed us, or dissed me in particular.
Right.
But bro, set the record straight, like there was no disrespect intended. But when that came out, I was floored, just as I was with Cali Lifestyle, because we were doing our thing, bro. Like mainstream cats, but me, I was the battle rapper. Like you couldn't doesn't matter contract or no contract. I was always getting in ciphers, in rap battles. But
Right.
so you told me to get in the booth. I'll do my thing. But sometimes, you know, when you're freestyling, you'll trip over words. But here again, for the record, didn't even know about there was a 805 out there. Like I go on there. We got nothing but love for 805. We grew up there performing there. You know, everywhere, bro. Oxnard, Ventura, everywhere, man.
All good.
And shout outs to the homie Fernando Vargas, man, and the Vargas brothers, man, our sons. They doing their thing, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carnal. Have a good one, homie. Okay, go ahead and unplug that right now. I'm going to do the Bluetooth. Tell me when it's back in.
Can you plug my guitar in? I brought this, man. Where the hand claps at, man? Give it up for Tony.
Thank you, my
bro.
brother.
No, seriously, bro, because... And it makes me even more proud because you're Latino, bro.
Yes.
And that's hard to come by. But like you and Ralph M, Tony G.
Thank you, my bro.
Bro, legends. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just for that alone.
Okay, hopefully this worked. Caller, your name, where are you calling from? Fuck, still got 1 ear.
Hello, the request lines are open.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. If we still got 1 ear, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Hey, what's up, Tony A?
What's up, my brother? How you doing? You got a question?
Yeah, what's up, homie? Rudy from Santana, OC, baby.
What's up, bro?
What's up, ODM?
What's up, big homie?
That's right, homie. Hey, homie, I just want to say much love for, getting an award from the city of Santana. You know, it's big out there, homie, you know. I know that's where your roots are at. That's where you came from.
Yes, sir.
I was born and raised, Virgin, Santana High. You know, went through the whole thing. I grew up at Salvador Park.
Hey.
I know you know where that's at.
Yeah, we're performing there on August 28th.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
You right there?
Yes, sir.
That's why I don't. Oh yeah, I know my son met you at the first fairground. My son Jacob, you got an autograph, by by you, and I try to teach my kids, man. You got to stick to our culture. You know what I mean? Represent and never forget where you came from. You know what I mean?
And respect is key, bro. That's everything. Respect,
That's
you
right.
get respect.
You got discipline. You know, discipline with love. You know what I mean?
That's right. I know, bro. I got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old right now. Crazy. I started late.
Yeah.
But
Hey, homie. Hey, you got the Santana blood. You got it. You still good. You got another 5 more in you.
that's right. Appreciate you,
Hey,
bro.
Hey, thank you, man. Hey, 28, real quick. Hey, bro, I seen your picture, bro, on my job. That face looked familiar, and I was like, oh, this dude looks familiar. And I asked one of the homies, and he's like, hey, that's 28 right there. They had you on a banner, and I was like, nah, that's him. And then they told me it was you, bro.
That's
all.
all.
You're wearing a Cowboys hat.
That's right. Where did you see it at, bro? Did you see it in Compton?
Nah, at the Riverside one.
Oh, at the Riverside. So you're a Teamster.
Yeah, 63, baby, local 63. Shout out to all the local 63 brothers. You know what I mean? All the homies out there that we, you know what I mean? We're putting in that work.
Yeah, big dog. You know what's funny, bro? That I made that banner. Robert, real quick. I've been a Teamster for 15 years. In 2002 to 2017, I just got out of the fucking music and went out and got a fucking job.
What's a Teamster, bro?
A Teamster is a union.
Okay.
Teamster.
I didn't know that.
It sounds like gangster, but it's Teamster.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got out of the music business, bro, when I got a fucking job. Great fucking benefits, bro. I was making $30 an hour just fucking picking up trash, work, and sanitation.
Yep.
Like I was making fucking good money, full fucking benefits. Okay. Mira, carnal.
Hey, bro, sorry to interrupt. But yeah, because I asked a few of the dudes that are over there with me. They've been there. They remember you from content. So I asked them, hey, the homie was over there. He's like, yeah. That dude had it easy, man. He was making good money, like pretty much doing nothing. I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, yeah, but he's doing his thing now.
Bro.
But I'm there, bro. I'm there, man. He's the same dude. They told me the same dude that you see on that show is the same dude that you see when you meet him. I was like, that's right. I like that.
That's right, bro. You know what? You know what? And thank you for that. Mira, sabes que, carnal, I needed about 5.5 more years to qualify for early retirement, meaning our golden 80. Remember the golden 80?
Golden 80, yeah. Bro, yeah.
Like golden 80 is like when you retire, bro. It's your age and the years you work there. If you hit 80 years, like that, you get to retire and collect a pension or whatever. Okay?
80 years?
Yes, what I'm saying is, it's your age and the years you work there.
Okay.
If it to 80 years, so that's your golden 80. So I was 5.5 years away, but I worked in Compton, bro. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. Okay. Like, seriously, like in a beautiful fucking warehouse. So finally somebody comes up to me and goes, are you sure you're not Tony A? I don't know who the fuck that is. About a year later.
Yeah,
another guy,
it's crazy because when I come out of the freezer, I always looked at that picture and I say, man, that dude looks familiar. I don't know why he looks familiar. And then one of the homies that knew you from over there said, hey, that's Tony A. I was like, no wonder he looks familiar. So you know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm still there, bro. I'm still there. We're still working, we're still representing to the local 63. And we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Carnal. You know, I want to share the story with him. So what happened was this, that I worked there for like 15 years, bro. Like, and one thing is it's just black Raza right here in Compton. Are you familiar with the Rouse Market?
I know
Rouse. Okay,
Market,
they're owned by Kroger. Okay, so we worked at the distribution center.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm familiar with it.
Bro, I was just like, I had so much love there. But when I started filming this documentary, and I started this podcast, and I started my website, started selling my mixtapes again, I started making more money than that. So I decided to leave.
Yeah, you saw opportunity.
Right. So, I mean, I could have stayed there and tried to have done this, but I didn't, bro. But I was there, bro, and it's a beautiful fucking thing. So Compton and Riverside was like the two warehouses. Like, that was the shit. Right
so you used to come to Riverside often?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I could have, but I was right here in the city of Compton, bro, for 15 years. So I want to show love to everybody. You know what? That's a Teamster who works for Compton and works for Riverside, bro, because we make fucking good money there. Here's the problem. When I got hired there, here's what they said, Robert. You'll never go broke, but you won't have much of a life.
That's exactly what it told me too. Hey, bro.
Got you.
See, hear what it said?
Friday, your weekends, you're done.
Because you're fucking done, bro.
So where did the term Teamster come from?
Well, the Teamster is a union by Hoffa.
Okay.
Hoffa is the guy who started the whole fucking Teamster shit. So
that's the name of the union, or Hoffa is?
No, Teamsters is the name of the union.
Okay, gotcha.
Hoffa named it Teamsters.
So you were protected when it came to obviously the union.
So,
like
so
the grocery association has their
absolutely.
Yeah.
So say they tell you, you know what, you didn't meet your performance this week, get the fuck out of here. A Teamsters union will come back in here.
Got it.
And fight for your fucking job.
Yeah. There's been times where we walked out for certain brothers. You know what I mean? That they
absolutely.
We walked out, and it's funny because there's times where they play on the radio, and I'm always I'm big on the Chicano culture. So sometimes the lighter shade of brown song will come on on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm over there singing in the freezer. I'm like, hell yeah, that's right, we represent, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
so they're playing the music
come on there
at his warehouse.
That's dope.
Yeah, they'll play it. They'll play the song, and it'll come on sometimes, and all the homies will be like, that's right. No, that's for our people. That's us. You know what I mean? So.
Right on. Well, we thank you, man. Thank you for that support, brother. That means a lot. I love to hear stories like that where our music is played.
Thank you, Carnal. Greatly appreciate it, homie.
Love always, man. But yeah.
Awesome.
You guys keep doing your thing, Tony. Keep representing, bro. And local 63, baby. Teamster.
Absolutely, homie.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. Damn, 15 years, bro? Before you started this Roadium radio?
Bro, I was off the grid. No social media, homie.
And you took a chance and you said, you know what? I have a story to tell, and this is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Doesn't that sound familiar, Danny? I swear, bro, same shit. And you know what? The reason why that happened to you, because it was a blessing, bro. Like, and you took that chance because your story needed to be told, man. And you did that. And look, you're still doing how many years? How many years?
September, it'll be 3 years.
Give it up for Tony, man. He provided that platform, man. Once again,
absolutely,
bro. That's dope.
Hey, bro.
And you had no experience.
No.
And you do your shit. I watch your shit like bro, like you know it, like you've done this before, bro. I'm sure you got that before.
All I did was just.
What's up? What's cracking? Somebody on there?
Well, take this call.
Reconnect.
Huh?
Reconnect.
Okay, reconnect. Okay,
is Box on the line? What's up, Box?
Yeah. Bro, let me tell you something. That working at Ralph's was a fucking blessing because for the music industry, it almost made me normal again because nobody knew who I was. It wasn't almost like 13 years later that somebody finally said, hey, I recognize you. No, you don't.
Let me ask you, where you? I know you. Besides the fact you had to provide for your family, you had to do what you had to do.
Yes.
But was there ever a hesitation they might recognize me?
Yes. Yes.
How long did you battle that?
5 years.
5 years before you decided to take this job, or during your 5 years of working there?
5 years of working there. Like I used to always wear my hat low, wear my fucking hoodie. Nobody fucking recognized. I didn't talk to nobody for almost 5 years, bro.
I want to share something right now on your platform because that touches me seriously. Do you know? And I'm gonna say, fuck, I say it for the Blockout Podcast, but no, but I'll give you this. True shit. during the pandemic, we stopped doing shows. DJs didn't have gigs. Group rappers didn't have, I was working at the station. Like I said, that was a check coming in.
Yeah.
But bro, like where we live, it's a nice neighborhood. It's a nice home. Like I worked hard for my shit, but you got to keep that shit going. Yes. I got a family of 5. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how am I gonna do this, bro? Do you know that I fucking jumped on a car and I fucking DoorDashed, bro? ODM fucking DoorDashed. I will say that shit humbly. And I don't give a fuck because that's what I had to do to provide for my family. I did it for like maybe 3 weekends. That was it. But I did it. And, my family needed to eat that day. I went and got that shit in 2 hours, homie. I did. I shit you not, bro.
No, but
that was only for my family, bro. We'll talk.
Man, carnal, but that's what a real man does.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody. There was times where I thought people recognized me. I was like, I want to pull up, but I know that feeling that you had. But I pull up on, especially in the IE where everybody knows. But nah, no one said anything. But it was. That's what I had to do.
It took over 5 years before somebody recognized me. Somebody kept asking me, "Are you sure you're not Tony 8? Who's the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not High Scene Tony? No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
So here's what he said.
Like him. Yeah.
Bro, like years later, he brings a cassette. So you telling me that this is not you?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Here, you know what I asked him?
Yeah.
Can you give me a ride home? Okay. That's what I asked him.
Yeah.
Can you give me a ride home? He goes, yeah. So here's what I did. At that time, I had a fucking full-blown studio. Okay.
Yeah.
I started working in 2002. In 2006, I started DJing again for DJ Quick. Mm-hmm. When he started doing the whole AMG, the Fixers album, Can You Work With That Song?
Yeah.
Okay. I brought him in here. He goes, what the fuck is this? Saw all my pictures and everything. I told him, this is who I am, bro. All I'm asking is don't not say nothing. I said, I had to provide for my family. And he was like, oh, I respect that shit. Okay, cool, whatever. But everything after that was all fucking gravy. Dope. But here, 2 weeks later, big dog.
He spread it like wildfire.
Guys that didn't fucking talk to me. Yo, Tony, I rap. Yo, Tony, check out my mixtape.
Come on, man.
Yo, Tony.
You want to know how to keep a secret? You keep it to yourself. That's how you keep a secret. Yeah, you don't tell nobody.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's it.
All right, let's see. We got a couple of more calls. Let's see. Hopefully, we clear the problem. Caller,
Are you sure?
Caller, your name, where you calling from? I still hear on my left ear. Caller.
Hello, is this Tony?
Yes, this is Tony.
Has this ever happened?
Oh, sorry. There's a delay. Hey, Tony. This is Ricky Tarantino from Highland Park, Nella.
Okay. Ricky Tarantino from Highland Park. What's up, my brother? You got a question for ODM?
Hey, I got one. Well, I got a couple for you. I mean, maybe like 2 or 3.
Keep it to 2, bro. Keep it to 2, my bro, because we only got a couple of more minutes. Keep it to 2.
Okay. Have you guys ever thought of doing music together?
You know what? I would love to. You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, because as soon as I feel that I have something dope for Robert, then I'll bring it to his attention. If I don't feel that I'm there yet, because Robert's been in this game for many years, bro. And if I'm ever gonna offer him something, it's gotta be fucking like top A dope shit, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna answer that this way. You don't have to really, bro. You don't even have to sweat that, because if you bring what you brought back then, I could respect that, and I know you know how to flip the shit out of an oldie, homie. So let's go. High C, I'm not Joe Public. Come on, bro. It's Lighter Shade and High C sitting in the park and fucking Crystal Blue Persuasion together on the same stage. So
let's go.
Whenever Tony says let's go, bro, he got the verse. Let's go.
Thank you, Carnal. Thank you for asking that. So you have another question, correct?
Well, yeah, for you, Tony. How, like, would you ever thought of making more music with like High C, or I don't know how you guys' relationship is, but I was a big fan of that SKANLESS album, and I don't know so much what happened with I don't know if you were involved in that second album he did.
Yeah, I produced half of the second album. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't do so. What do you think? Maybe it didn't do as well as the first one.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this on on the first. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm only gonna answer the second question. You said why didn't the second album do as well as the first album? And I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro, because I'm very transparent. Because High C did not want me on the second album. That's it, bro. We were signed to Disney, and he wanted to produce his second album. He wanted to produce the whole album. We had an advance of $240,000, and they gave him like 6-7 months, and nothing happened. They didn't like what he was producing. So they contacted me and they told me that we want 6 songs because we don't like the way this is going. And I said, okay, but you guys didn't want me to be a part of it. Well, we need 6 songs. So I contacted my manager, Steve Yano. He contacted them. So I charged them $10,000 a song. I want $60,000 for 6 songs. But my request was this. I don't want High C there when I'm producing them. And they said, okay. And then what I did, I saw my writers. And Robert, you know something about writers.
Yep.
So I said, I want a writer's check. I want another $60,000. So I made $120,000 off of that second album. And the reason why I sold my writers is where you get like royalties. The reason why I sold it because I truly believed it wasn't going to do nothing. Now, when somebody says, well, how do you know that? Because I knew that we didn't have chemistry anymore.
I heard you tell the story before on the platform, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have chemistry anymore. So I came up, and that was it, bro. You know what? And ever since then, me and High C, my boy Crawford, we have nothing but love for each other. We were young, bro, and we learned, and we moved on. Now we're men, and we can face the facts, and we got nothing but love for each other, bro. So I appreciate that question, carnal.
Yeah, thank you for answering, man. I'm a big fan of both of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are on my Mount Rushmore of Chicano hip hop.
Hey, what up, Plaza.
Absolutely. Thank you, carnal. Thank you.
All right.
We need to have one of rappers and one of producers, and we'll leave it at that.
Yes.
So, Rob, we'll take about 2 more, and then we're out of here.
Go ahead, bro. I'm here buying super chats from you right now.
That's all good, carnal.
I am.
Okay, we got 2 more phone calls.
You guys getting those?
So let's see. Okay. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, you already know it's the box. This is the 6th time.
Hey, Vato, you better go to Vegas with all that luck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This is the box. Rosemead SUV. Okay, I got 2 questions. One for Tony A and one for the homie ODM.
Let's go.
Okay, favorite taco stand? Because I gotta switch it up. Everyone's asking all this other stuff. Give me your guys' 2 favorite taco stands, por favor.
I did a podcast yesterday.
Okay.
For another podcast up north. Shout outs to Tacos and Turntables. I got to get you on that. They're new. They're up and coming. You know, I support.
Please. Yeah, let's do that.
They need help, but it's a dude who used to work up radio in the Bay, and he started his own platform.
But that's a dope name.
Tacos and Turntables. So at the end of the podcast, they ask, what's your favorite taco place of all time? You know, after getting to know you.
Right.
Which is dope. Shouts to V. Okay, Tony, you go first.
Okay, you know what? Right now, my favorite tacos, and I don't even remember the spot, but it's in fucking Carson. I wish my son was here. It's in Carson. I eat me chingo 4 tacos con todo. When I said con todo,
nice.
Cilantro, cebolla, limón, la salsa verde, pero it's got to be either carne asada, pastor, carnitas, or pollo. You know, I can fuck them all up, bro.
Every one of those meats are fire.
Oh, my God.
There's not just one that's more fire than the other.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Y los pinche rábanos, bro. Come on, bro. But it's a place in Carson right now. I wish I fucking remember the fucking name, bro. But that's where I've been going. So now, if you want me to name my best mariscos, it's in the city of Linwood, and it's called Mariscos Moreno. Mariscos Moreno. That motherfucker. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. When you go get a shrimp cocktail, most people put tapatio, they'll put lemon, and they'll fucking put ketchup. When you order this motherfucker, you ain't gotta add shit. You just, ay, güey. That's
how?
Ay, güey.
28.
Yes.
Tony, if I'm not mistaken, that's off of MLK, right? Are we talking about off MLK?
You know what? It's
Right
off
there
the
in Linwood?
no. It's off the 17 on Imperial. It's, make a left on Imperial, and then on the first left you make another left, and it's on your left hand side. It's called. Look at it, bro. Mariscos Moreno. It's a little hole in the wall. Oh my God! Order them fucking oyster shooters. Te dan un pedazo de pepino, a shrimp, and a fucking oyster. It's like you're fucking drinking a michelada shot, bro. Fuck. Seriously, bro.
I'd have to say where I live, where I stay at, bro. I mean,
go ahead, bro.
It's so tough because there's so many restaurants
Absolutely,
out there, bro.
yeah.
Ones we love. There's Portillo's out there in Corona. We love to go there. I mean, it's fire to me. And then when I go to San Diego, shout out to the homie out there in Salud Tacos out there, man. Barrio Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. It's fire. I mean, you know, the tacos are fire, and the quesadilla, everything's fire, bro. And even just the establishment. I mean, I judge it as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All good, Canal.
So I just wanted to bring that up and thank you guys for my 6th call. I hold the record. I need a trophy right there. But all right, man. I'll see you guys soon, man.
All good, Canal.
Close me there.
We got one more phone call. Who's the lucky caller? We got one more phone call. Here we go. All right. Caller, my dick's in your ear.
Wow.
Caller, your name?
Now I'm hungry at the taco talk, bro.
And where are you calling from? You're the last caller.
This is Tony Bandit, Alvarado.
Bandit, how are you, bro? Bandit.
Shout out, man.
You know what, Bandit? Here's how I'm gonna introduce you.
What's up, bro?
Bandit. Here's how I'm gonna introduce you. Okay. Not only is an author, but a barbecuer. This guy is always barbecuing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, much love, much respect to Bandit. Bandit, you got a question for ODM, Carnal?
ODM, man. I grew up listening to you, man. You're like a big part in the hood. Hey, every time we would bump your music, I have multiple stories, but I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm a writer. I'm writing a script right now in a movie. Would you ever consider doing a soundtrack to a movie?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, what kind of movie is it?
It's based in the 90s.
Ooh, of course,
based
bro.
in the 90s, bro.
Matter of fact, me and Tony A, we already cooked up a hot heater for you, bro. So we got it. You know what I'm saying? It's ready to go. It's coming, bro. You know, let's make it happen. Let's connect the dots and boom, let's go. Tony A, ODM. What?
Bandit.
That's right.
Bandit, whenever you're ready.
Hey, God bless and keep on doing your thing, brother.
Absolutely. Bandit, mira, whenever you're ready, let me know and I will connect you guys. You guys can talk, bro.
Okay, for sure. Ya dijiste, salud.
Okay, carnal. You have a blessed one. And whenever you barbecue, you better invite me.
Yeah,
because
man.
your shit be looking good.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
Hey, what's your favorite? What's your favorite on the grill, bro? What do you like to? What do you like to cook? What do you like to make? I mean, ribs.
You know what?
Tacos. What?
There's this meat that for years I couldn't get out of my son, right? And we finally tricked him into giving up this carniceria where he gets his meat. And it's like a big old secret, but it's bomb meat, man. It's bomb meat.
When you say
of industry,
bomb meat, bro, you're not talking about like human meat.
yeah, where I buy it at. Yeah, we don't give the name, but
so he buys somebody else's marinated meat.
Yeah.
So it's not his then. He doesn't marinate it.
Okay, yeah, it's not his. Okay,
no. They marinate it for me.
Now, is it carne asada, tacos de cabeza, tacos de lomo? Like what? Can you kind of give us a hint?
It's carne asada.
Okay.
Carne asada, and they have a pastor there, but it's how they prepare it for me in there. I always go to them and I tell them, look, prepare it for me right then. They do it in front of me. It's bomb.
Since we're talking about carnicerias, bro, shout outs to Budget King, man, and Corona. They make the bombest lemon pepper marinated Asada. It's lemon. It's already halfway cooked.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon, bro. If you never had lemon carne asada, you're missing something because
I haven't had that, so thank you for that.
Fire, bro. If you ever come out that way, bro, you come to my pad. We'll cook it up. It only takes because it's already cooked because it's the lemon. Okay. Somehow the lemon already cooks it halfway, and then you just throw it on for like a couple minutes and it's done. But lemon pepper, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, lemon pepper my wings.
Bandit, muchas gracias, carnal.
He trying to go to B-dubs after this.
Thank you.
All right,
brother.
Bandit.
You have a blessed night, homie.
You like it wet?
Shout out, man. That's what both of you are doing, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, you ever had wet wings, bro? Hey.
Yes, sir.
Bandit.
Yes.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Thank
Stop
you.
It, Vato.
Yeah, hey, ODM.
Yes, sir.
Man, we'll connect the dots, man. I'll see you.
Okay,
see you
brother.
bless.
Appreciate you. Thank you for watching.
Right. And that was the last call, everybody.
Now that everybody's hungry right now.
Last call for alcohol.
Damn it, Tony.
We always try to have a good time, homie.
I think we had Box on consecutively, every 15 minutes, huh?
I know. Like,
what's up, Box?
But you know what? One thing about Box, that he's persistent.
And that's the same thing we thought, we said in radio. Like we would get the same, and a lot of my listeners are watching. Right. Hopefully they are. It's like we would get them all, they would call frequently.
Right.
And those are Kathleen, that's Trisha Puck. And these are names that I know by first names because, like Box, as you know, but they're diehards.
Absolutely.
They're not going to listen to nobody else. They're going to share your story.
Yes.
They're going to share your podcast. They're going to share your radio. So those are the ones you want to keep close to you, regardless of what,
Yeah.
So
Alex, go ahead and put up the podcast up there again. So
the Blockout. So I got 3 episodes up right now. Just invite you guys before we close out. Go check it out. It's the first season again. If you're just tuning in right now to Calls with the Wizard, it's the birth of Lighter Shade of Brown. You're gonna hear stories of how we started, and maybe you might learn something. You might go, oh shit, like the oh wow factors, all that, and just even how it was back then to what it is now. How this whole Latinos in rap has escalated, bro.
Absolutely.
Progressed.
One thing that I saw with Jammin' James, and you posted up on your page, and I'm going to close out with this, that it was crazy that you would show up, you and Bobby, and I say this respectfully because I want people to understand, with a black DJ. And that was a problem for some people. And my thing is this. Why was that a fucking problem? I know they can watch everything on your podcast, but can you just give us a little snippet? Why was our people hating or should I say have an issue with a black DJ?
I mean, the simple answer is, as we all know, it's just I don't know if it's being racist. I don't know if that is what it is. Mexicans should stick to their own.
Right.
That's what they thought. But hip hop is, bust your bubble if you don't know. It started from the black. It's a black art form.
Yes.
It started in the East Coast, man. And we brought it out this way. And, it's a trip, bro, because, with the Jammin' James story, he tells it this week. It's already on, but I'll explain it to you. We went up to, we were in Washington, and we were performing, and Cervantes came out from the neighborhood, and they didn't know who James was. They didn't know he was with us. That's how it went down. They just saw, this black dude right here chilling in the corner smoking a cigarette, and they were like, "Hey, who's this vato, man? Hey, whatever. No, as Jammin' James put it, who's this mayate? You know what I'm saying?" And James tells the story, and then I saw they 6 fools were around him, right? So I was like, hey, I told him straight out, I go, dude, you guys bump our shit. You respect our shit, right? Yeah. You guys bump homies, right? Yeah. Sunday afternoon, right? Yeah. This is the dude that produced our music.
Yeah.
And now he just happens to be on tour with us, DJing with us. This is our boy, right? If it wasn't for him, there would be no music. There would be no instrumental. Right. So, you got to show him the same respect you show us.
Right.
Hands down. I says, this is music here, homies. Like, this ain't a race thing. And that's how it played out. And we went on stage, and it was all good after that.
Yeah. You know, so my thing was like this, bro. It's sad that he had to put up with that, but you know, Robert, it's. I'm glad on your podcast you're sharing this, because people get to hear these inside stories that they probably would have never have heard. So that they probably would have never have heard, bro, unless you shut them on your podcast. So
Have to, bro. It's important because when we're gone, you and I, at least we did our part and we shared. Hey, what was Tony A's thoughts on this whole thing? And which brings my question up to you: did you ever get sweated because he had a Mexican DJ?
Not only a Mexican.
How about that? Let's flip the role.
You know, not only a Mexican DJ, but a Mexican producer. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Producer.
No, we went to a lot of black areas. Like, and when I say black areas, and I would say these were people where we performed. It was predominantly black. Let me say that.
Assault, bro, or no? You good?
Oh no, I'm good. Okay. Philadelphia, Atlanta, North Carolina, Chicago.
Yeah.
Louisiana, just to name a few.
No Mexican.
No Mexican. And people, believe it or not, in Atlanta, they were like, "What's up, homie?" And I was like, they wouldn't say homie, like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What are you? You Puerto Rican?" They automatically assumed I was Puerto Rican. I was like, "No, I'm Mexican." And he said, "What's a Mexican?" First time we went to New York, "What's a Mexican?"
Yeah.
And here's what I said, "You ever heard of Mexico?" Like, that's what I would say. Yeah. You know, some people would say this. It was weird. It was funny because I remember this. So JJ Fad told me when I met JJ Fad in 1987. They told me, like, "You're Mexican." I was like, "Oh my God, we love Mexican food. We always go to Taco Bell."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's not Mexican food," but I get it. But you know, I can't blame them for that because that's all they knew.
They don't know.
So, but yeah, I got discriminated. Look, in Houston, Texas. We performed at a place. I'm trying to fucking remember the fucking name. The Palladium. And I remember I was in Ben Davis, some black Nike Cortez, a white T-shirt, and I had a black, like a Stetson hat, a black. I still have pictures of it. That's where I met DJ Scratch from EPMD.
Dope.
You know.
Yeah. One of the dope is the illest DJ.
Oh my God. So I was like, okay, cool. I already thought to myself, I'm the best motherfucker out there. Can't nobody hang with me. I'm gonna be real with you. That's what I thought of myself.
Yeah.
When I saw that guy, I'm like, he fucked me up. Okay?
Yeah.
So I went up there and I did my own fucking style. Okay? I did Tour de France.
It's like he remembers the routine in his head. That's what he's doing. He remembers.
Bro, and he came up to me and goes, "I never seen that shit. Not only was he giving me props, but I was giving him props.
Right.
But that's where if I can say it this way, that's where I learned my respect from the black hip hop community.
Yeah.
Because they saw a Mexicano that not only was doing what they were doing, but this guy has the same gift. Mm. So let me say this, Robert.
Yeah.
Gift has no color. Mm-mm. Gift has no color. And the sad thing is that we've been deceived that it's a black thing. Fat Joe said it best. He said, and I'm going to say this, Kool Herc said it this way too in an interview. Hip-hop started with blacks and Latinos. Hip-hop started with blacks and Latinos. So we are intertwined. So when we have a Latino says, "I don't want to fuck with blacks," then you know what I say? Then I can't fuck with you. I say that respectfully because my favorite rapper growing up was Curtis Blow. And when I met Curtis Blow, I paid homage to him. When I met Melly Mel, I paid homage to him, bro.
Yeah.
Because those guys were in New York. I never fucking would have thought I would have met them at fucking Peppers.
Yeah.
You know? And I fucking met them
Yeah.
together. And I paid homage, and I was like, fuck, here they are. I was like, Curtis, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah. When you did Age of Scratch, when you did Tough, when you did Breaks, when you did Christmas Rap.
Tough.
Yeah. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
you would never know that a guy from New York could touch a kid from Wilmington, bro.
Yep.
And you did. Yeah. On my peachy Manila folder, Curtis Blow, the king of rap. Curtis Blow, the king of rap.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Nelly Mel. Broken glass everywhere. People
yeah.
pissing on the stage like you just don't care.
Yeah.
Bro, that was street rap. Today that would be considered gangster rap.
And you know what's cool about that is they're all humble. All those cats you
Very
just named.
fucking humble.
They're not up with their nose in the air. Dougie Fresh came down to the radio station one time. You asked me who was one of my favorite. That was fun, and that was on the homie Angel Babies. You had him on your podcast. Angel Baby, man. He was on, and he was interviewing at a Sunday Old School show. And Dougie Fresh came in, and I'm like you. I'm like, dude, I would love for him to beatbox so I can rap. So I got that on video. I got to put that up.
Please
do
that.
He's beatboxing, and then I'm rapping while he's beatboxing. I'm like, it don't get better than this.
Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
Bro. So the first time I ever went to New York, I had to go with Kool Herc through his first party.
Yeah.
And I believe it was 1973. It's coming up. I believe it's August 11th. And it's this month when hip hop was born. At least when it was recorded, the first hip hop party.
Yeah.
Bro, and I was like, so when I went there, I had to go to his place. My boy DJ Toro, who lives in Harlem, that's whenever I go to New York, I stay with him. And he took me there, and he goes like, this is where the hip hop first party took place. And I was like, I felt like I was like in Bethlehem in Israel, bro. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because here we are, you know, in the Bronx. Hip hop started. When I say hip hop, I'm talking about the 4 elements. Some people say 5. I'm not talking about b-boying, graffiti, DJing, MCing.
Yeah.
And then it spread to the fucking world.
Yeah.
So I was there like where it all spread, bro. And me and you are a product of it. And we can admit that hip hop saved our lives, bro. Because if it wasn't for hip hop, we would have been on the streets.
Amen. Yep.
So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That goes with saying, bro. Me rapping Lottie Dottie, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh just to get to school. I rapped it 2 times and I was at school. And I remember that because I rapped it every single day for a whole month. And that's just what hip hop meant to me. And we got stories for days for that, how hip hop changed our life, bro. That's so true. We grew up on oldies. We grew up on maybe some of, corridos, whatever. But hip hop was our thing. I know it touched you like it did me, bro. And it was a different outlet. You didn't want to go anywhere. Sometimes you didn't want to go to parties. Why? Because you wanted to focus on practicing DJing in your room.
Bro,
I'm going
to give you one story. I remember one time, and it was 1988, and I was trying to practice on a scratch. I really, really was. My boy comes, knocks on the door. Hey, your mom let me in. What's up? I got some bitches at a fucking hotel. I got some 40s. What's up? Bro, I'm trying to get this fucking scratch.
Yeah.
I care more about music than I did about hoes.
Yeah.
I'm being real. Now, I don't call all women hoes. I call hoes hoes, and I call bitches bitches. I don't call women bitches. Okay, so I have to make that clear.
Understood.
But when it came to music, you have to understand that I chose music over women, bro.
There you go.
So.
It's all me, when I was a youngster, I was trying to rap to get the female. So I was at the parties, bro. I was in party crews just to be in the party, got a disco party crew just to be the rapper. And just so I can, be known.
Right.
But you do whatever, we do what you can to make your name, bro.
Right. Absolutely, bro. Other than that, carnal, you want anything I didn't ask you? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to promote before? Let's give us a shout out, bro.
I really want to just, I love my supporters, man, and everybody that's on your platform. I mean, I'm in the live right now. You see us. Shout outs to Carissa B, Baby West Coast, Mr. Kilo G. I see you, man. These are a lot of cats that usually on my shit. Steve Otero, everybody just tapping in. Thank you. You guys been in through the whole podcast, and you have other choices, other places to be, but you chose to be here, and as cliche as that sounds, with us getting fucked up, and hopefully you're having a drink at home too. The Blockout Podcast, please go check it out. It's out now on all platforms right now, YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Well, at least those 3. And it's Block, not Black. It's the Blockout. Block meaning a block of time, and it's the birth of lighter shade of brown. And this week we got DJ Jam and James, and more to come.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Salud.
Carnal.
Hold
on. Give me a handshake, and then we'll fucking definitely.
Sorry I didn't do more shots with you, but it's because I gotta be on K-Day tomorrow morning, 9:30 with CC and Romeo.
Absolutely. So. Make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the Blockout Podcast. And what was your girls' podcast? Remember? Your girls.
Shit, threw me off.
Your family.
Oh no, my YouTube family channel is the RVG fam. Simple fam. Check that out.
Okay. Other than that, once again, we shine light on our people. We support our people, and I say this: if we don't support each other, who will? So once again, support Robert from LSOB, Lighter Shade of Brown, and the Blockout Podcast. Once again, if you guys want to get educated on Lighter Shade of Brown history and eventually on rap history, support him. Por favor, I ask you guys.
Thank you.
Other than that, I want to thank my boy Alex Cervantes Enterprise, and I want to thank my boy Norbert. He's a part of the Roadium radio team that makes it happen. I want to give a shout out to my boy, my son BSKANLESS, for helping me promote this, and I want to give a shout out to the Hip Hop Jedi. And you guys heard that beat, and we're gonna exit with that beat. My boy, the Hip Hop Jedi, produced this beat. And other than that, I want to give a shout out to Miss Pac-Man. You look like a fat seal with your new haircut. Other than that, we're good. We're out of here. Stay blessed. See you guys soon.
Got him.